All right. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. This thing should be live. If it is, welcome to episode 2. Bars, because I'm not. That ain't even really a bar because 2 is the same as 2, unless it's spelled differently though, right? But yeah, welcome to episode 2 of Astrology After Dark. You know what I'm saying? So yo, let play my theme music, man. Get some theme music going on in here. Give y'all some time to come in. If you're coming in, pause, because that's crazy work right there. But yeah. Let's get some theme music.
Yo, wow, right.
How everybody out there doing tonight? It's Friday, baby. TGIF.
I'm gonna do something strange for a piece of change.
Say word.
Maybe it's in us though, you know? Probably.
I think this is Liz. That's you, Liz? Yeah, that's you. Oh, word. Shout out to Levi. Word up for having a page and you not having a page. How about that? Hold on. Let's give Levi a round of applause for him being tech savvy and helping out his mom. You heard? Glad you could be here though. Word up.
I feel her goals, half time I feel them bigger. Spends tons of money so I comfortably sit her. Come get her whenever she stressed about some nigga. Thinking about giving her a raise while that sundress make her look thicker. Her favorite number 8, go figure. Ain't intimidating.
Hold on. Let me bring it back for a minute because I forgot my announcement. This is a disclaimer. If you got the kids up and they running around, if they a little bit baby, if they a little bit ratchet, if they still up, you gotta throw some headphones on them because there's no telling what I'm going to say on this podcast. You know, I be trying to keep it cool and cordial, but yo, sometimes I just blurt it. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just must keep it a bean. So I'm telling you right now, put the kids away, tuck them in, or get them big oversized headphones, give them an iPad or something to do. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get it back. Yeah. Run that back. Get hype. Y'all ain't hype?
Yo, wow, right.
Nah, we gonna do our thing tonight though. I got some stuff to talk about. We got some things to go over. So let's do that. I'm just giving people time to come in, you heard?
All of a sudden I'm a public figure that comes with watching over the ones which you're observing. What's for dinner before nothing in her husband serves substance. She put nothing in her but fries, drums, some kiss, tongue kiss with liquor. Dumb stress, one of her checks go to her liver. She show me her chest sometimes, ain't a stripper. The best friend vibes, I know you hear my dilemma. I'm there every down, inevitably the kicker. I feel her goals, half time I feel them bigger. Spends tons of money so I comfortably sit her. Come get her whenever she stressed about some nigga. Thinking about giving her a raise while that sundress make her look thicker. Her favorite number 8, go figure. Ain't intimidated by the stage, but this combination's made for a front page picture. The out of Billy Bond is a fun time. But she's turned on to my sublime. Way how I got away from my ways when I was running away from the one time. Places she let me in it one time. Put the beat on her like a drum line. And she pays me to help her unwind. Well, it's so hard not to live with my alumni. Training her on how to behave.
Nikita, what's up? Hey.
The stars may give her the belt. Or let her ride in alignment without leaving whelps. Cause she my client, exception. With hopes that it helps when I apply it. The duck shit dried up a well. So now it's science that makes her lose self and melt. And fire hydrant. More she cries that I understand my assignment. Her being fine as temperature the climate. Told her search somewhere else, but she don't find it. So fine with being in study when I designed it. In case it's the case that'll shake foundation. To give her the 101 like Dalmatians. Obstacles face them rather than bout face them. But absence got her looking at me like a bad bitch. Savages will be grabbing for my back. Really not it's a fun time.
Hey, Australia's in the building. What's good, Angela? Yeah. Where y'all from? Where y'all checking in from? By the way.
She pays me to help her unwind, but it's so hard not to live with my alumni.
Yeah. One more again. All right, so we got the chat section going. We got mic check, sound check. Everything seems to be going good. Is this mic too loud? I see a little red. I see a red dot. It might be a little bit too much. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. All right, that should be good. All right, so yo, look. We about to get back into it, y'all. Another episode of Astrology After Dark. I got some things that we can go over. If you've missed the pre-recording, it's okay though, because I got you covered. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. We're gonna get more detailed about it right now. So that's the great thing about this little setup, this process that we got going on here. So this is basically gonna be covering, you know, the passing of the torch or the meshing of Aquarius energy and Pisces energy, like we was talking about, the ages switching off, right? And we're going to have more of a Virgo flair to it because it is Virgo season. Virgo is at the climax right now. Pause, because that's crazy work. But y'all know what I'm getting at, right? So there's going to be a highlight on health. And not for nothing, the last episode, there was a highlight on health. And I did that unconsciously, you know what I mean? Because that's what the universe does, y'all. It takes wherever the sun is and it highlights it. It puts emphasis, concentration on it. It says focus on this. This is what the universe is showing you wherever the sun is, you know? So that's what it is. Melbourne in the building. Melbourne is in the building. Thank you for coming back out, Pierre. I truly appreciate that. It's always great when we can get some international love in here, you know what I'm saying? So that's a great thing to have your presence again. And everybody else that's here, you know what I mean? Shout out to y'all, mad love to y'all, much gratitude to y'all. I don't care if it's one person in here, I don't care if it's 30 people in here. We're gonna rock out, you heard? So, what are we gonna begin with? Let me get that out of here. I was stirring the pot a little bit with that, as you can see. But, you know, then probably really essential for this time right now. What are we going to get into first? Okay, so I got an idea. Let's do this. Let's begin here. One moment. I made sure I brought enough things this time. You know?
You are at a point where you fucking hate being around people and the thought of being in the company of human beings. If you are at a point where you fucking hate being around people and the thought of being in the company of human beings makes you sick and want to throw up, that is your body and soul's way of telling you it is time to detox yourself from energy-draining motherfuckers. Sometimes being alone and fasting from people is the answer to your mental health problems. So tell everybody to fuck off and take some time for yourself. That is all.
Well, all right. You know what I mean? Can we get a round of applause for that though? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you feel the Pisces energy, if you feel that Saturn heavy on your Pisces right now, wherever your Pisces is in your chart, Pisces people especially, you know, this is a time, and I didn't just do this research, but not too long ago I did research on, and I found that there is a negative impact that noise pollution in major cities, like can't stand them shady. That negative impacts that people have, that first of all, it was about fish. Like fishes are negatively impacted by noise pollution in urban areas and, you know, things of that nature. And extensively to that, it impacts humans as well. So it just made me automatically think about like Minority Report. I don't know if y'all familiar with that movie with Tom Cruise is in it, and you know, they had the three girls, the psychic chicks. I always say that that's a real heavy Pisces movie. Like it's a real water sign movie. It's a water element movie. And, you know, those girls were real psychic and they were exploited for their abilities in Minority Report. And, you know, eventually they escaped. Spoiler alert, and I'm about to tell the end and everything. So eventually they escaped, you know what I mean? If you haven't seen it yet, like, what are you doing anyway? Like, you gotta be under a rock anyway. Go see it. In the end, they ended up being in the woods, like in some cabin somewhere, you know what I mean? A lot of greenery, suburban area type, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's good for the individual to be able to ground in a way that they can get back to nature in some type of way. And trust me, I know I'm a real New Yorker, you know what I mean? So these concrete slabs can get to you. They can get to you. If you could get to a park, stand in some grass, run around a little bit, oh man, it's real. And when you you know, yeah, I feel you, yo. I feel you. Like, I was just talking about this earlier today too. Like, you know, you could reminisce and everything, you know what I'm saying, and get those feelings of like, yo, I miss so and so, I miss such and such and this and the third. And then what also comes with that is like, yo, I also don't miss this and don't miss that about everything. You know what I'm saying? About everyone and everything. So it's just like, yo, who you gonna put first? You know what I'm saying? And I know it sounds selfish and shit, but it's just like, yo, I think the Aquarius age has heavy emphasis on selfishness. And let me tell you why, right? It represents independence and it represents freedom. But let's get to the sign of Aquarius, right? If you got Aquarius friends, I have plenty. If you have people with high planetary activity inside of the sign of Aquarius, you know that they're not being funny when they like dip off for a couple of days or for a little while, and you know what I mean? Then you might not have a clue what's going on with them or anything, but it's just like, that's a strong asset when it comes to friendship when you really think about it, because when they do show up or when they do pop up, it's just like, it makes so much more sense. You know what I mean? And I be feeling like in the absences where we are supposed to be working on ourselves, on our individual selves, and on so we can obtain individual freedom, because we have it. It's just like, if we don't grab it by the reins, you know, that's something that the Aquarius energy is here to show us, especially during its age. You know what I'm saying? Shaylee says, also Pluto squaring Pluto and Uranus directly on my Chiron to add some fun in this. Ah, wow. Yeah, so that, I mean, that's a direct directive to let you know, like, yo, take care of yourself, heal yourself, or destroy yourself. So which one is going to be? You know what I mean? Like, and who you going to pick? I'm pretty sure you picking you. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's where a lot of us are at right now. Who you going to pick? You going to pick you or you going to pick them? When you pick you first, I can almost guarantee you that you're going to be better off when you insert there. You know what I'm saying? And get back with your people or whatever the case may be, and go and do what y'all need to do. And if not, maybe it's just time to move on from certain people's places and things, you know, which is a Pisces thing, you know, the 12-step program and everything. They tell you, yo, in order to beat your addictions, you got to remove yourself from people, places, and things. And people be looking at that shit like it's some cheesy shit when you first like enter that program. But then when you really listen to what they saying, you be like, oh shit, you right. Because when you go around those familiar things, those familiar circles, you end up doing familiar things or seeing familiar things that rub you the wrong way, and then they be like, yo, what's wrong with you? You changed, you bougie now, nigga. It's just like, you might be telling yourself like, yeah, I am. Like, y'all are right, you know? I gotta get the fuck out of here. And then you might go to the bathroom and then the music be playing loud and you dip the fuck up out of there. You know what I mean? Saturn is destroying you. Oh, Saturn is heavy out this motherfucker. Saturn is doing what Saturn does. I will say that. I've been real sleepy lately too, like, and I feel like that's a Saturn thing, like just over Pisces, like, yo, I'm directing you to go to sleep. I'm demanding you to go to sleep. You know what I mean? Type shit. And I'm just like, yo, bro, take it easy. But I will be putting the reference to the research that I was doing about the fish and the noise pollution and stuff like that, because I think we could learn something from that. You know, if it impacts fish, you know, other researchers did extensive research and found out that it impacts humans as well. So I think we need to have more say when it comes to our communities and stuff like that, because, you know, they was just breaking down blocks and running highways through them bitches for their own. And I say they, y'all know what I'm saying, they, right? When we say they, everybody I think knows who they are, right? Even though we don't know who they are. But it's just like, yo, I heard, as a matter of fact, something's being reversed. What town is that in? Fuck, man. Is it a Carolina or something? Is some state or city that they ran a highway through that they actually revamping it, like they're tearing the highway down now because it's like things are going back to community in some areas of the world or the states anyway. You know what I mean? I think maybe you missed my comment, but your Saturn is hitting me everywhere. I'm a Pisces with a Virgo moon and a rising. Is that so? Jaylee, you sound very familiar with that type of aspect going on there. I'm a Pisces with a Virgo rising and a Virgo moon as well. You know what I mean? So basically, what we're saying here is we need to make a round of applause for that. You know what I mean? Let's get a round of applause for that. Moon Virgo, ascendant Virgo, Sun Pisces. For sure. Likewise. Likewise. You know what I mean? One in the same. One in the same. One in the same. So what I got next on deck for us to look at? I ain't gonna hold y'all, B. I got some shit going on. But let me not talk shit, right? Because I'll let y'all be the judge of it. Let me see. I'll let y'all be the judge on whether I got some things we could.
Everybody is saying that the food tastes different and it's tasting weird. Let me tell you why the food is tasting different and tasting weird. Because they are literally feeding us to us. If you notice, there is no funeral homes. Not funeral homes. There's no new graveyards. As many people that pass away should be a graveyard in every single backyard. If you never tasted human flesh before, of course it's going to taste nasty to you. You're not used to that. That's why we're sick. Because they're feeding us to us. And they can't tell me different. Something is nasty in this food. Because I can literally just eat a bite and my stomach start hurting from eating certain foods. I am so done with meat. I'm done with a lot of things because not only are they putting it in our oils. So we're cooking with human fat. So of course we're going to be sick. We're only sick because they're feeding us to us. We're not supposed to eat each other. What do you think? Why do you think we don't feel well? They're sick. They got to get rid of these bodies somewhere and have them go underneath the grid. You heard what the man said. We send them to factories. They grind y'all down and make beef and everything. Have you seen the hamburger meat? That don't even look like hamburger meat. That stuff looks so freaking weird. It smells weird. It smells spoiled before you cook it. Hamburger meat don't even look the same.
Why am I laughing? Yo, sometimes I can't help it. But yo, the seriousness on her, like the look on her, what y'all think about that? Like, I do have to say one thing about what she's saying, right? And I bring this up again. Virgo, you know, the brain, we got another brain in our stomach near our digestive system, right under the solar plexus, y'all. So, you know, in the solar plexus, Leo rules over that. Right under that, Virgo is right before the sign Leo. Right after the sign Leo. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, look, right? We talking about consumption here. And one fact, or one thing that she pointed out that I must say, like, at least since I've been on planet Earth, is like, yo, where are the rest of the graveyards, B? Like, I know where the graveyards have been at since I've been here. You know what I mean? And I don't ever see construction sites building new graveyards. So she got a point there. And at the same time, we got to look at this whole Pisces age. Remember, I told y'all the deception, the veil and all that, right? The torches is being passed, but there's still Aquarius age is kicking up Pisces shit. So how much of that do we take as truth, y'all? How much of that video do we take as truth? You know what I'm saying? Is she spitting facts or not? Is that fake news or not? You know what I mean? Because yo, I would like to know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something that it makes me think like maybe, right? Like, where are the graveyards, B? Like, where are the new ones? Everything else is new. Buildings get remade. Every fucking thing gets redone. You know what I'm saying? Where the fuck are the, and I'm not like even trying to encourage more spots for death, but it's just like, yo, people are fucking dying, right? I should have even looked up like the percentage of people who have passed away since I've been alive to like get some type of indicator. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Does McDonald's use human meat in their burgers? I'm a former McDonald's corporate chef, and I have the scoop for you. So, as you know, and as a lot of people have commented, they think McDonald's was found to have human meat, human DNA in their burger patties, specifically in the United States. So I did some research, okay? And guess what I found out? No, you're stupid. Okay, this is a viral thing that happened years and years ago. I believe a website was purposely promoting people to make fake stories and try to get people to believe it. So no, there is not human meat in any food patties, especially, and meat patties, especially McDonald's, who everybody wants to sue. So if you suspect that there is actual human meat, go get it tested. Go retain a little bit of sample of the meat, send it into a lab to confirm or deny, because if there is human meat in there, you may get a huge, huge cash settlement, or McDonald's will pay you not to say anything about it. But let me know your thoughts on your favorite thing that isn't true, but you think it is, that people just fall for. Let me know in the comments.
You see what I'm saying? Like, now look, first of all, did he say he was a corporate McDonald's chef? I think that's the choice of words he used. And if he did, like, I didn't even know that it could be looked at that way. It sounds fly though, corporate McDonald's chef. McDonald's is a corporation, but dude, a fucking chef? Like, you could actually be a McDonald's chef? But okay. Let me not, because it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, right? A little Pisces sarcasm, but all right. Let's get to what he said, though. This is the point that I was also making, right? How can we take these things to be truth when people bring these things up, especially when it comes to our food, right? The things that we are ingesting and then to subsequently digest. What the fuck is going on out here? You know what I mean? So he said, he said we're fucking stupid. Because I'm one of those people, I'm skeptical about a whole lot of shit. You know what I mean? So I'm one of those people that's just like, well, maybe he got a point, you know? So let me dig deeper. And that's what the fuck I did, because that's what I be doing, y'all. Rabbit holes, yeah, that type of shit. I'm a researcher by nature, so it's gonna happen.
People who eat hot dogs eat them because they taste so good, but what's in them is not so good. You know, we've learned to accept it, but I don't know if you'll feel so accepting after this. The company Clear Foods recently analyzed 345 hot dog and sausage products from 75 brands and retailers and found, are you hot dog lovers ready for this? Human DNA in 2% of the samples and in 2/3 of the vegetarian samples. And get this, 10% of all vegetarian products appear to contain meat. Clear Foods says that there are some companies producing high-quality hot dog, top scores to Butterball, McCormick, Eckrich, and Hebrew National. Human DNA.
Okay, so right there we have, hold on, let's give a round of applause for some research being done right there, first of all. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm live right now. If you got a little bit of time, come on and hang out. If not, I'll be right back with you. That's my word. Hold that thought. And if you still got more things to say, just keep the messages piling in. Like, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We go with the flow. So just keep going, and I'm going to get back to you. All right? But we live right now. We live at Astrology After Dark. You know what I mean? We would love to have you anytime you can come by. Pause, because that's crazy work right there. All right, so where were we? Cooking then into his protein. Not sure a cooked burger can detect human flesh. Oh, not sure if a cooked burger can detect human flesh. Maybe more research needs to be done, right? Because people are saying, you know, I've seen other videos, I've seen other content that's like, yo, you're going to inevitably have some type of human DNA on your food because humans prep your food. First of all, where are the gloves at? Where are the hairnets? That's first off. You know what I mean? But okay, let's just say the dust flakes, right? Dust flakes are falling off people like motherfucking Pigpen from Peanuts, right? Just get all over your burger sandwiches and all that shit, right? Next thing you know, DNA, human DNA is on your burgers and shit. So they said 2% of the samples, 2% of the samples. That is a small amount. And this is what people are, their rebuttals, that's what they're saying. It's a small amount. But you're saying, Pierre, if the meat is cooked, there should be no detection of human DNA, correct? It should just be hamburger or whatever the fuck that is. Cows. It should be cow meat, right? Something to look into. And I probably will look into that additionally. What else did I hear people say about this? But what's not talked about though, because they said, okay, inevitably there's going to be human DNA on your sandwiches because humans make your food, right? But what about the rat DNA? There was rat DNA found in it also. So are we just saying that rats are just running across the shit and doodling in the rats are just doodling in all your burger meat and shit? Like, what the fuck is going on with the rat shit, B? You know? I ain't seen no rebuttals about that. So I think it's something that should get some more looking into. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm fully ready to let that topic go. But it is the end of Virgo season, so they might have to catch me next year. Or when I'm bringing back the Pisces season, I might bring it back up during Pisces season or something like that. It might make better sense. But, you know, I'm still questioning, what about the rats though? You know, don't forget about the rats, B. Don't think you just going, because the rats, what the fuck, the dust flakes flying off of rats to fall in a burger meat? Like, come on, knock it off, B.
Hi friends. Okay, so I'm back with a little rabbit hole that I went down, and I tried to post this video like twice already, and I would get like all the way through it and the wouldn't load. I don't know what's going on. But listen. I need you to look at the video that I posted. I did not post it. I shared it a while ago. Not a while ago. Today. So let's talk about Soylent Green. That's what this is about. That's this rabbit hole that I went down this time, and I barely brushed the surface on it once again. So if I come back with some more information, just look out, because this is disgusting. It is so disgusting. So the video that got me started was the one that I shared, and it's a video of like a jet and a conveyor belt. It's like parked on the tarmac or whatever, and there's the conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt's sitting on a luggage truck, you know, so that the luggage comes out and it goes into the truck. Well, luggage is not coming out of the plane. There are bodies, dead ones, and they are wrapped in white sheets, and they are being slid down the conveyor belt. And yeah, that's the whole thing. So they've got bodies coming off of this, massive bodies. They're like, and they drop right down into that truck. So there's stacks of them too. Stacks. There's 50s, 100 bodies. It's so gross. Okay, can't talk about it. It's not for me. So I watched this video, went through the comments. The comments, of course, were wild. And all these people kept talking about Soylent Green. And I was like, what in the heck is Soylent Green? So, of course, I click on the little highlighted letters. And I followed that rabbit hole to figure out what Soylent Green was. So Soylent Green is a movie from way back in the day. And I forget when. I want to say like 70s, 80s. Um, and I'm allowed to say way back in the day because I was born in the 80s. Leave me alone. Um, but the movie is about like these poor people who can't afford food when you're poor, obviously, and you're homeless. So you have to eat things that aren't technically food, that aren't real food. Um, you don't get to eat like ham and bacon and burgers and cow, pig, freaking whatever, turkey, chickens. Like, you don't get that goodness. You don't. You're going to get, I'm going to throw up talking about it. So what they started feeding the poor people were people. People. You heard me. So people that died were processed and harvested, whatever you want to call it. And poor people got people meat. And they found different ways to eat people meat. People burgers. Ugh. I can't. I can't do it. Oh, it makes my stomach hurt so bad. Okay, but then there's uh, I don't know. I went down this rabbit hole and I got to that, and that was the movie. The movie, okay, cool. I think I need to watch it, but I don't know if I can stomach it. But then I found out they sell this thing called Soylent Green in stores. It's like a protein drink, like a nutrition shake kind of thing. Well, they do that. They have different flavors: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. I think one of them was like coconut, banana. I don't know. They had a lot of different flavors, but there's this one that's green. And I didn't get far enough to figure out what's in it. But I went through comments and people were saying it was like either the solution in it.
All right, she's dragging it, y'all. I tried, no disrespect to her, you know what I mean, but she's really dragging that out, and she's being like so dramatic about it. It's just like, yo, come on, man, get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Soylent Green, we got it. What is it? Okay, we got it. All right, so let's get to it. But is she being dramatic? Is it just a movie? Right? Pisces rules the glamour world, rules over films, movie, imagination, and stuff like that. Is she just imagining things? Or is there some type of truth to that? So you know how in some movies, or like how some movies can be prophetic, right? Some stuff in the movies end up coming true and stuff like that. So I did more research to check out what this whole Soylent Green thing is. You know what I'm saying? To see what she's talking about. And come to find out, it truly is a movie called Soylent Green, and she was right. The shit was done. The shit was done like back in the day. We gotta make it clap for Licious Booty, who just came into the building, y'all. You know what I mean? I didn't mean to disrupt, but I can get right back in line. I got a Gemini midhaven. I can multitask like a motherfucker. So we gonna get right back in alignment. You heard? But shout out to Licious Booty for being here again. You know what I'm saying? Supporting the kids, supporting the cast, supporting the whole crew. You know what I mean? So gotta admire that. So look, Rob, I went and I checked out the whole Soylent Green thing. I didn't go watch the whole movie, but I probably will though. I'm a movie buff, so I'm probably gonna get to that. But y'all want to see this shit? I got a clip of the joint. You know what I'm saying? With somebody, I guess, like doing some type of response shit to it or whatever the case may be. But let's look at this shit. Fuck it.
Soylent Green is a science fiction film from 1973, and it's probably the most prescient film of the modern era. For starters, it takes place in the year 2022, so we only have 1 year to avoid a horrible fate where we all start eating people. It takes place in a world where there is no middle class. You have the elite who are able to afford apartments and real meat, and then you have the poor who sleep on people's staircases. Good thing the middle class hasn't been declining for the last several decades in real life, right? It's also interesting watching this film now in light of the pandemic. In the movie, women are referred to as furniture, and their only purpose in the world is to provide pleasure to men. It's not unlike how we saw hundreds of women resort to OnlyFans to make ends meet during the COVID-19 pandemic. There's also a scene where the police beat up a bunch of poor people who just want to eat. Watch Soylent Green today. It's the one movie you'll watch where you actually feel better about the reality we're currently existing in.
Yo, did you observe all of the dots that homeboy just connected? I mean, seriously. One moment, y'all. Liz, we back. The reason why you didn't see me is because we're reacting or responding to videos. So if you see somebody else on the screen, that's because I inserted the video so we could look at it and then have a discussion on it revolving around astrology. All right, let me walk you through it. And you're new here, so let me just walk you through it a little bit. All right. So, yo, look, they said the movie takes place in 2022. That's pretty close, B. That's pretty close to be cutting it for what some would call predictive programming, what others just call, I call it just prophetic, channeling. When someone writes and designs films and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff is channeled from the ether. That's what it's called being gifted. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that that's good or whatever the case may be, but what if it's just psychic phenomena to where people are able to extract the worst things that people are going to be out there doing, that we should be privy to that information or we would not ever know. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it. I look at it as like, okay, well, we got to find these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And the only way, look, that was in the 70s that they made that movie. So it gave motherfuckers what? 30, 50 years to go find them motherfuckers, yo. You know what I'm saying? I just seen a bag of sugar and on the package it read sugar free. Hold on. Yo, so this is Booty said, I just seen a bag of sugar and on the package it read sugar free. Like how? How, Sway? How, Sway? How does sugar free? This is, yo, but look, that's funny and shit, right? But that's how, yo, that's how they are looking at us, B. That's how they are looking at us, B. Like they could really just tell us any fucking thing. They could just give us anything. They could sell us anything. And to have the audacity to sell us this shit is what really boggles my fucking mind. They sell it to us, B. Like they gotta have some type of gift as well, to where we're just so trusting of that shit. And and I'm telling you, I resort back to the Bible a lot. How the Bible, I think is in the book of Acts, when the apostles, they running around and they eating all types of shit. They going in all types of people's labs and they like, oh yeah, have a seat, eat this pig feet and this, that, and the third. And then they just eating whatever the fuck they give them. And I'm just like, yo, I don't know if that's the way, Lord. Lord, give me a sign. And these are a lot of signs we pulling out right now. You know what I'm saying? But that was then, this is now. That was the Piscean age, right? The veil, deception, secret information. Remember, they burnt down a library of Alexandria during the Piscean age as well, right? Rome came through, found all of them books about every motherfucking thing. I heard some of it's in the Vatican, allegedly. I heard all of it really is in the Vatican. Whatever, everything that survived, I heard is in the Vatican. So that's the concealing of information, and now we're revealing the information right now. So, I don't take the stuff lightly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of an accurate prediction. Like I said, channeling. That's some funny shit though, Booty. That's some funny shit right there. But again, right? Who's who? How do we know who's who? Who's presenting this information to us? Do we gotta do like homeboy said, the corporate McDonald's chef? Do we actually gotta go like order kits that'll test every single thing that we eat and then because maybe we should. I'm just saying, maybe we should. I think, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna start coming up with techniques and bring it into the show of how to combat the shit that we may be against, anti. You know what I'm saying? Come up with some solutions, because it's like, yo, now if we find a bunch of humans in our shit and we start surrounding people in their stores and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just blame the McDonald's corporate chef who gave us the idea of doing that. You know what I mean? Because what the fuck, B? 2% of samples, there's rat shit in it, B. Like, you still ain't talk about the rat shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what's next? Let me see what else we got going on here. I knew I had something to capitalize off of that. Yeah, I sure do. So let's ask ourselves this. Let's ask ourselves if we believe it after this.
Are the worst. Jimbo, why don't you assist lunch lady Doris in the kitchen?
It's hard for me to clean this giant pot when you keep spilling meat tenderizer all over me. Oh, great. Now I gotta work in the dark.
This sandwich tastes so young and impudent. Seymour, what's with the good grub?
Well, perhaps I ought to let you folks in on a secret. You remember me telling Jimbo Jones that I'd make something of him one day?
Are you saying you killed Jimbo, processed his carcass, and served him for lunch?
I wonder where Jimbo is today. He should have beaten us up for our lunch money an hour ago.
Oh, lunch lady, please to have another sloppy Jimbo. How's the school night?
No, that's your third helping, young man. It's making you fat and soft and tender. You just cut in line, didn't you? Reported attention, Ooter.
For how long?
Oh, about 7 minutes a pound should do it.
Okay, I got your German grub right here.
Mark, does it strike you as odd that Uter disappeared and suddenly they're serving us this mysterious food called Uterbraten?
Oh, relax, kids. I've got a gut feeling Ooter's around here somewhere. After all, isn't there a little Ooter in all of us? In fact, you might even say we just ate Ooter and he's in our stomachs right now. Wait, scratch that one.
Mom, you gotta help. They're cooking kids in the school cafeteria.
Listen, kids, you're 8 and 10 years old now. I can't be fighting all your battles for you.
But Mom...
No buts. You march right back to that school, look them straight in the eye and say, "Don't eat me."
Okay.
Now, the reason why I'm pretty sure y'all know the reason why I asked, do we believe it now, is because of the track record that those people over there at The Simpsons have for also predicting things, you know? So I also want to make light of this. Notice, like, in the Simpsons cartoon, right? They ended up killing and chopping up the bully of the school to eat the bully of the school. You know what I mean? I think there's a lot of insight that comes with that. Like, how or why? For why? Why did you go after the bully? I think I know exactly why. It's like when you get locked up and they charge you more years for violent crimes. You know what I'm saying? People look at, or should I say society, or it, maybe it's the demiurge, whatever the case may be, looks at people who become violent and do the worst of atrocities or whatever the case may be, are more deserving of that. And I know it's sinister to say, but look what we're talking about. This shit is sinister altogether. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, oh, if we are going to get rid of somebody and chop them up and eat them, it's going to be them. Just like they said in the Soylent Green movie, like, oh, they're going to feed dead people to the poor people. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's very challenging to believe that we're just reaching here or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how exactly that can be a reach on some real shit. Like, but you know, I had to throw the Simpsons in there to see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? One of the best readings. Yeah, it's lit. It's lit. Pardon me, y'all. I'm multitasking and everything. It's lit over there too. Like it's lighting up everywhere. So what we got next? Hold on. Let me get to the comment section and see what y'all are saying. Licious Booty is active. They're going to do everything they can to stop the change of power from happening. They are, yo, you know what? You're on to something, Booty, because listen, right? I got some more stuff we're going to go over that hints to exactly what you're saying. That hints to exactly what you're saying. Like, people are panicking and they're not, it's like, yo, they can't even conceal it. Like, before it could be concealed because we was just in Pisces la la land, just living our fucking lives. You know what I'm saying? No internet and all that shit. But now it's going to be so evident that people in power are panicking and, like you said, are doing whatever they can to stop this shit. Watch when I bring, I got heat tonight. I'm going to pull up some more shit. Watch. Pierre says, we all thought Santa was real. We believed in the tooth fairy, leaving money for our tooth, but knowing is the only truth. Right. Bars. Because that's a fucking fact. You know what I mean? Not only that, I don't know if y'all seen the video. I should have grabbed that content too. I know I could find that somewhere. But there's this video highlighting how a popular soda brand, right, hijacked the idea of Santa, because the pagan version of Santa, the original, I guess you can say, did not wear a red coat with the white fur around it. Santa's coat was green. It's like a forest dude or whatever the case may be. They took that, they perverted it, they changed the color to red so that it matches that particular soda's can color. You understand what I'm saying? And then associated it with Christmas. And that's how they ended up selling billions, and how they achieved a lot of their success, the majority of their success at that particular time. So yeah, think about that one for a minute. Reminds me of, Adventurous says, reminds me of Saturn eating his own son. Right, that infamous picture. What artist drew that picture? Because that shit is bananas. It's insane. I actually like the picture, but it's fucking gross. It's fucking disgusting. That shit is hideous. That shit really make you think too, though. You know what I mean? But again, who's who? And we also got to be careful about, I say we just got to be more mindful about when people take symbols and stories and pervert them. It's kind of like the swastika, right? The swastika is a symbol of the sun. Somebody took it and perverted it. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. There's a lot of examples of that. You know, just like I said, they took Satan from Saturn and perverted it and made it into something else. Even the original glyph of the Lucifer sigil is not what they made it out to be today. You know what I mean? So it's just like, we got to be mindful of that too, but we also can't be ignorant of the potentialities of this type of demonic energy. You know, I've encountered demons before, so I know those are real too. I'm not going to be ignorant and say, oh no, everything is love and light, because no the fuck it ain't either. You know what I'm saying? No the fuck it ain't. Shit. But yeah, Licious Booty, as a matter of fact, you right on time, because now we must take it here. Now we gonna take it here. Shaylee says, if I'm pronouncing that right, Shaylee, yes, kind of same as the telephone game. The telephone game. What's the telephone game? Please clarify. Elaborate, please, because I want to know. If I don't know something in full, I'm not going to sit there and act like I know it. I want to learn too. I'm a student too, ma. Teach me that shit. So look, you see what I put up here, right? This is Booty. Good timing. How would you lower the cost of groceries? Now, y'all know, I'm not a political person. However, I did tell you that I'm getting more interested in politics. So you may see me speaking on things relative to this. Happy Sky, oh shit, you came to shake up the building? Hold on. Let me give you a round of applause anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shout you anyway, you know, shout you out anyway. I've been tired lately. All right, I've been tired lately. Neptune is in Pisces too. I don't know why I just skipped over that. Like, Neptune ain't the dream sleep planet, like in the ruling sign. And it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, how I just skip over that. But yo, I've been like, and I'm be thinking like, yo, is something wrong with me? Like, I've been out of it. Like, my circadian rhythms is just way off. Like, I could be up and then a haze will come over me and I just gotta go to sleep. Like, immediately in that moment. A good thing I'm not like traveling or whatever, because I'll go to sleep anywhere, yo. I'm a real Pisces. I will knock out anywhere, on the train, in the middle of the Bronx. I'll go to sleep, B. Like, so same thing applies lately. Like, I just been going to sleep. I don't know how long I'll sleep, but I'll get up and maybe I'll stay up for another 22 hours straight. And then I'll go to sleep again for 4 hours, wake up for 2 hours, go back to sleep for like 10 hours. Like, the shit been bugging out lately. It's been fucking me up. So, Happy Sky, to answer your question, yes, it is true. That is fucking true. It's been fucking with me tough. Like, I've been exhausted all day. I just want to sleep all day. It sucks. I know, B. I know. If I could have it my way, I would too. But I've been so excited with the work lately. I think the sleep has been helping shape my lifestyle too, like my routine too, because it's like, because I'm sleeping so much now, I only have enough time and energy to do certain things during the day now. So it's just like, yo, I'm selecting the best of the best things to do. All that other shit probably was noise the whole entire time. You know what I mean? So it's also showing me something. Same here. Neptune is right on my sun. I'm over it. Simonex link above use hex cells, human embryonic kidney cells to flavor food. Nasty. Oh, as a matter of fact, I did hear something about that. It's like using fetus or aborted cells to like flavor the food. That's right, B. I did hear of that shit. Wild work. That's crazy work right there. That's crazy work right there. That's crazy work right there. So I'm glad y'all chimed in on that shit too, because I know, as long as I know it ain't me, that's like, I'm not just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is for real, for real. Like, it's just wow, yo. So let's get to this. I told you I wasn't going to touch on politics like that or whatever the case may be. Nonetheless, here I am bringing up some political information. And reason being is because this actually makes sense to me. Like, real sense. I see it. You ain't lying. It's lit over there. Keep pushing. You see what I'm saying? Release that. Let it out. So I see this. I think I seen this like 2 days ago too, and I'm like, yeah, this is right on time for the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Ted says, good to see you back in motion, God body. Last time I seen a video of you, I think you said you was taking a break from socials. Peace and prosperity to you. That's a fact. That was a little while. I think I've been back now for maybe a few months, maybe 3 to 4 months now. I've been back. I took a whole year off. So you're right. Matter of fact, that was just not too long ago. I took a month off. You're right. Just recently, I took a month off. I really needed to get some things in order. I was feeling emotional, B. And I'm not usually like that. You know what I'm saying? I got so much strong Virgo energy that it's just like, I think about how I feel and I feel how I think, you know? So it's not always simple for me to like feel. But it was like at that particular time, like I was fucking feeling, you know what I'm saying? I was feeling shit. And I was just like, yo, I'm not going to ignore that shit, because I'm not ignoring my feelings, B. I respect the moon. Fuck that. Fuck how everybody else feel. Happy Sky says, I paid $10 for a 12-pack of Pepsi. Oh, baby, you might want to go get your money back. You know what I'm saying? Because watch the other shit that I bring up. Watch the other shit that I pull up. $10 for a 12-pack of Pepsi, that sounds like crazy work, too. It sounds like they damn near giving it away. But let me not critique you, but it's Virgo season. It's at the climax, too. Like, can I even help myself at this point? But, you know, I have care and concern for your health. So let's break this down. How would you lower the cost of groceries? And I don't know how true this statement is about either of these candidates. I don't know how true it is. But let's do a hypothetical. Let's say if this is true, right? What I can tell you about the okay, so tariffs is a tax, right? What it does is it raises government revenue. So you would think, okay, if the government is struggling to pay back the debt that United States is in, or whatever the case may be, then they would want to slap tariffs on products, right? On foreign products, because that's what the tariff would be on, right? And a tariff also protects like domestic commodities. You know what I'm saying? So things like mercantilism will come back into play, and which in layman terms means that Americans would get back to producing products at a larger rate. Well, no, let me not say that. Not yet. Let's stick on the exact tariff. It means that it will protect domestic companies. Let's just keep it there, all right? Because we ain't get to mercantilism and all that yet. We just talking about tariffs, all right? Now, the thing that we got to understand, or the thing that I definitely looked at, is that American companies are good. I mean, just look at it. If we're looking, or when we're looking at inflation, right? We're looking at American products, are we not? So when we go into the, okay, but you know, Happy Skies put an example out there, right? She just paid $10 for a 12 pack of Pepsi. Okay. But what about other things, right? If we're talking about, you know, what they call the essentials, the eggs, the milk, this flour, y'all know all of that stuff has increased, right? And I don't have the percentage of how much the prices have increased. I could have brought that, but I'm pretty sure y'all are aware of that. Y'all be in the stores every day the same as I do. It's apparent. It's evident, right? And my point is, American companies are the companies. Hold on, let me rephrase that, because it's not America's companies. The United States of America's companies are the ones that are practicing the price gouging. All right? And if you think I'm bullshitting, I did find this statistic. Where's the statistic at? Because look, Virgo rules over the wheat and the medicine, all right? So this is why we got to talk about this shit. The price gouging is happening against or with U.S. companies, okay? Mercury rules over trades and trade of tangibles. And it's Virgo season, so we got to talk about this. 12% of foreign goods are consumed in the United States. So the remaining 87% is domestically produced, telling us that the candidate on the left, on our left here, the red candidate, is in support, an advocate of the United States companies, corporations. And I know a lot, or I don't know how many people are red and blue and all that. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I know people who do support that side is going to say, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Support American companies. But what you're also saying is, yeah, let me correct that. Support United States companies. But if you say that in the same breath, what you're saying is you support United States companies price gouging, raising the prices to whatever the fuck they feel like it, because they feel like robbing you and they feel that they need more money. And there's some small things that makes them behave that way. Small things such as the Fed setting the rates, right? Raising the interest rates, or raising the rates so that debt becomes more expensive. So now they can't take out the loans, the debt that U.S. companies would usually take out to finance their operations. It doesn't come out of their pockets. That's when everybody's happy-go-lucky and doing their dances and everybody's getting along. But as soon as they start raising those rates and people start tightening up their wallets, then those companies feel like they need to raise the prices for everything. So that's a form of panic, if you ask me. Right or wrong, this is Booty. That is a form of panic, because you're not slapping a tariff on foreign goods. We not even really eating them shits like that. What we eating? Top ramen? If that ain't Top Ramen in the news right now, as a matter of fact. Like they under investigation for some shit. I don't even know if it's being investigated, but there's some shit going. People just died over. Look, people just died fucking with them noodles. You understand what I'm saying? So, right, it's the greed, and not even only the greed. It's, you know what I'm also under belief of, and we gonna get deeper. I went down a rabbit hole, y'all. I think they done raked up so much of a lifestyle that they gotta be able to afford it. So they gotta come check in with us. They gotta come fuck with us. So they be trying to make us feel broke and poor and all that. It's just like, nah, nigga, y'all are broke. Or y'all getting there. Or y'all sure scared of being broke. Because what the fuck y'all bugging us for? I eat ramen. Oh, yo, Happy Sky, you ratchet, yo. You need you better start switching some shit up. You eating ramen and Pepsis and shit like that. You probably got some money left over though. But come on, man. Like you could come on, man. Come on. See that Virgo shit kicking in. You leave me no choice, yo. What the fuck? Where was I with that? So, but I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? We're not really eating the foreign goods like that. And if we are, a lot of the times it is because they're more affordable, like ramen and stuff like that. Like, and I don't even know if it might be made in the United States. I don't even know. That's racist, right? To just assume that top ramen comes from China or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But look, like I said, I want to start bringing solutions to this, right? Because they hammering on our pockets. If that's what if that's what his claim is. You know, you want to scout who your attorney general is in whatever state that you're in. For us, it's Letitia James. We want to kick it with Letitia James. So if I chose to get political and want to, you know what I mean, take a stance in that area, I would want to holler at Letitia James so that she can push shit uphill and get in contact with Kamala should she get in. You know what I'm saying? Because if that side is enacting a federal law against price gouging by food supplies and grocery stores, which is the truth, I don't know if I was having a one-on-one conversation with somebody the other day or if I said this publicly on a YouTube video, but I was just like, yo, oh yeah, it was on a social media platform. I'm like, yo, price gouging is a crime. It could be, you know what I mean? It could be addressed and there could be a law put against that shit. So, you know, people keep coming at government and certain politicians for where the economy is, for the inflation, when it's just like, yo, government's not setting the prices on the products and goods. It's the fucking United States companies. Like, where y'all went to school at? And here I go again with this whole Virgo criticizing people shit. But I'm serious, yo. This is the fucking issue, B. Our kids can't fucking read, but China kids are fucking doing hula hoops and winning chess tournaments at the same motherfucking time. And we be like, come on, people out here popping balloons and shit. Look, man. I'm going somewhere with this shit. And to add more competition to the grocery and the food industries, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you got homeboy over there buying up all of the farmland. Like, yo, we got to go start grabbing some fucking land. Or we got to start putting some buckets outside of the window sills and shit like that. Like, yo, we going to start selling shit too. Like, we should be empowering ourselves to enter the food industry and the market. Let me stop being so fucking dramatic and just say what I need to say. We could take it by the reins. And now, if that's just a ploy to get in office, I'm telling you, I would be upset by that. I would be upset by that if this is just a ploy to get in office and that's not followed up on. Of course, it would take us taking some action to get that going. But I would want to see that be one of the primacy things that happens. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, yo, tell the Fed to keep the fucking rates where they at right now. You know what I'm saying? So we could keep saving our money and start fighting back. I want to rebel, B. Y'all don't want to rebel? Yes, I'm on public record saying that, but I mean well. Don't I? But yo, look, right? Hold on, let me get to the comment section and see what's going on with y'all. Oh yeah, some babies. I saw something about that. Right, it's wild work. That's wild work. The whole ramen thing, that's wild work. I don't know which brand it was, which flavor it was, you know what I mean? But shit, wow. And there's a video floating around of the processing plant where they make the ramen patties at. And it's just like rat feces all through that shit. It looks horrible. Like, it looks terrible in that factory. Like, it's just things that make you go, you know what I'm saying? Add more competition similar to Whole Foods so that poor people can afford healthier foods. Exactly, Liz's Booty. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if we can create some type of economic place for people to, you know what I'm saying? For the people to get more involved with farming, it's just like, yo, they just wiped out farming and then homeboy bought up all the land. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is a sign of powerful people panicking. Like, why? Why are you doing all of that? What are you scared of? You know, the power slipping, you know, because we're more informed. Oh, I left this out too. If you want to be informed, if you want to stay informed, right, on the inside of what I got going on, you can go to the homepage of my website. There's a newsletter cache right there. You could just enter your email address. I don't need to know where you live and all that wild shit. Just give me your email address. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you a newsletter weekly, I believe it is. You know what I mean? And keep you informed of what I got going on. What else is going on? I love ramen with Doritos crackers on top. Damn. Y'all be snacking big backing. I ain't mad at y'all. I be big backing too. And for whatever reason, I just be binge watching big back videos. Like the cooking shit, like I just be binge watching those shit, yo. I can't stop it. That's how you know I'm having more solar returns, because I'm interested in shit like that. Like home improvement videos and do-it-yourself videos. Big backing. Even I don't even eat meat, but they be like making oxtail pizza and shit like that. I'll be like, yo, I fucking love y'all, yo. Shout out to the big backs. Can we get some more? Come on, we gotta show some love to the big backs out there. That's right. Stretch that broad strap out. I need that back fat, the bulge out that broad strap. You know, because the weather's gonna get cold. It's gonna get cold soon, where I'm at. You know what I mean? Trump is a businessman. He might know things. Of course. And that's a good point too to make, that Trump is a businessman, and of course he knows things. And this is what I'm pointing out too, because I'm a business scholar. I didn't make millions and billions of dollars worth of buildings, but what I can tell you about studying this shit is that he is an advocate of business, and big business at that. And he knows that should he get in office and do something like that, that it's just going to empower the major U.S. companies that are already in power. And that looks gorgeous and sexy to the people who are already in power. So he knows those things. And those people who are already in power know those things too. And that's why they so heavily lean to Donald Trump as their savior. Like, yo, you're going to let them take the fucking power from us? And I don't know if y'all seen my videos on YouTube about how government extracts and all that, but if you haven't, stay tuned for the lives, because once Scorpio season come around, I'm going the fuck in. Believe that shit. I'm going to reteach a lot of that stuff, and I'm going to add some extra oomph on that. You know what I mean? And type shit. But yeah, he knows those things for sure. He knows those things for sure. This is what's going to happen though. Trump will literally be the downfall of this country. I think this time, you know, I think it could even go either way, because on one hand, it's just ignorance, yo. If you don't know the stuff that we're talking about right now, if you don't see these things, I like Trader Joe's. I like Trader Joe's too. I like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and that's about it. That's where the bus stops for me. And like the Korean fruit and vegetable shops that be on the side blocks and all that. Bars are nice. We already know that album dropping soon. But they just moved one of my favorite Korean stores out of here. They can't afford the rent. Inflation. You know what I mean? So I think they moved to Bushwick. No, not Bushwick. Flatbush, pardon me. They moved to Flatbush. I have had zero appetite for months now. It's hard to eat. I eat it all and can't get a big bag just yet. Licious booty. I know. You know, not for nothing, I think I could see a big back from here. And these thumbnails are small as hell. But let me calm down. You know what I'm saying? If that's your story and you sticking with it, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about technical big back, you're probably right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just going to particular places that it should or needs to go, or whatever the case may be. And that's just what it is. Some people can't get big backs. I can't get big backed. You know what I mean? So I just be on a hunt like, yo, all right, so whose back is getting bigger? Because just in case it gets that cold, I might want to fucking cuddle, you know? This is a little bit of off subject, but how your dreams been as of late? Have they been a lot of more vivid within the last year or so? My dreams lately, great question on that whole Neptune, Saturn, and Pisces thing. My dreams lately have been so prophetic, so insightful, so psychic, my dreams lately have been profound in the past year, especially in the past 6 months. And it's like, it's either like I'm upgrading, you know, how the spiritualists speak about how we're getting upgrades, the indigo children, the starseed children, or, you know, we're getting upgrades from the ether, from the mana coming down from Aquarius age, right? The grid. Something is happening with me, B. Like, I've always had that ability, though. You know what I'm saying? But in the last year, the last 6 months especially, my dreaming ability, my astral projections, is so strong, it's so vivid, it's so... Man, I was doing a dream series on the channel and everything. I had to fall back because of certain stuff, certain findings and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, you know, some shit keep to yourself, B. Some shit keep it under wraps, keep it private, because that's also sometimes spirit can show you things to keep to yourself as well, you know, not to share everything. But yeah, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride. Every time I go to sleep, I dream. You know, I keep a journal, I record it, all of that. You know what I mean? Farmer market do be nice. That's true. I haven't been in the farmer's market in a minute. I used to go down to Union Square and catch them a lot. Haven't been down there in a minute. That's like the closest one, though. So we're getting more food deserts out here. That's like the closest one to where I'm at. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, that I know of anyway, unless I'm going out towards Queens. I used to go to the joint in Queens, too. Definitely love the farmers markets. Yes, it does. This is Booty said. Yeah, Scorpio, I have Pluto, Mars, and Saturn there. Mercury and Aries in my 8th and 4th house cusp that start at 8 degrees. I embrace the fuck out of my Scorpio side, as you should. I feel like this eclipse significantly lifted the veil. I just said that to my friends who like, yo, I don't know if that moon has something to do with something, but I think it might have. I haven't researched it. I've been tied up with other things, but something has happened with that shit, B. Trillions in debt, right? Trillions in debt to who though? Like I got some inside information too. Like it would be, y'all probably be amazed at some of the stuff that I've come across. Pause, because that's crazy. But real talk, like it gets wild. It gets wild, yo. Let me see what else we could dig into. Pause, that's crazy.
Hey y'all, I just want to say, all you goddamn celebrities that want to go on tour all at fucking once, y'all bitches need money. That's what it is. It's not us. Y'all not doing it for y'all. Y'all doing it for the money. Y'all need the money. It's a recession on everybody, rich, poor, whoever. Everybody needs some fucking money. That's why all these motherfuckers going on tour at once. Cause when did they do that? When? And then it's everybody. It's the big stars, it's the little stars, it's everybody. Like, when the fuck Nicki, Chris Brown, Beyonce finna go on tour, Drake on tour, Janae Aiko, Tink and all them going on tour, Offset on tour, Megan finna go on tour. Like, when did y'all start doing all that shit? Because everybody need money. Everybody broke. Don't let them fool you. That's where celebrities, artists get their money from. Tour. They don't get it from, unless they got like big endorsements, they get it from tour. That's where all their money comes from. So, all I know is, I'm not finna be going to all these motherfucking tours going broke. But I will be going to Chris Brown tour, okay? Because it's the best gonna survive. Whoever do the best performances, best music, that's who's gonna get my money. And Chris Brown, he's getting my money because he puts on a fucking show. And the funny thing is I was just saying I want to see Nicki, Beyonce, and Chris go on tour before they retire. And I'm like, all you bitches want to go on tour. I'm not finna be broke. Fuck y'all.
Did she make a point of what? She cooking? Is she spitting right now with that one or what? You know, I don't be going to concerts no more, and I don't be trying to take no chicks to concerts and anything like that. Like, ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when I heard the prices of these tickets nowadays, I'm like, it really ain't no fucking way. I come from that era though when I was in all of the spots for free. Like, I wasn't paying for shit anyway. I was behind the scenes, backstage, all kind of shit. That was then, this is now. I'm not even into that shit like that no more. You know what I mean? I'm into entertainment, but not that pocket of it. J-Lo was hurting then. I just heard something about J-Lo flopped with her trying to come back out and, you know, get a line similar to Fenty and stuff like that. Like, everybody is trying it, her included. So I think she's like trying to come with a movie or a documentary or some shit like that, putting emphasis on her relationship. Just weird shit going. I don't know, maybe weird is not the best word. Suspicious, or it's just distasteful. I think, you know what I mean? If you go through your relationship, come on, you married that man twice, didn't you? Or some shit like that. Like, you gonna drag him under the bus? I don't know. You know what I mean? Let me get off that Virgo shit. I don't know. But she made a point, right? Who made that point earlier? Was it Licious Booty, I think? Who said? Somebody said, you know, those rich people are something going on. Them powerful people, something going on with them. Because why is everybody going on tour right now? They trying to get everybody's money. If y'all so fucking wealthy, what the fuck is the issue that you going on tour for? I wouldn't be touring. I know that shit. Like, you'd have to get me out on. You had to get me out the tour like a rock and roll band. The fuck I'm gonna be touring for? Like, you know what I mean? She is talentless. Oh, what y'all talking about? J-Lo, y'all dragging her. She could dance her ass off. That's a fact. I know that. Couldn't find out. I heard, you know, she wasn't. There's a video floating around TikTok. There's this woman that came out and said that she did the vocals for Jenny from the Block, and really the majority of the vocals for that album. And my thing is this, like, but see, you know, these are things that you find out later. You know what I mean? That there was talent to help the talent, and you know, sometimes when you got the face, you put the talent behind the face so that you could catapult the career of that particular individual so they can enter different markets such as fashion and beauty and stuff like that and develop more assets. And I'm not totally mad. It's just I think it's upsetting to people who followed them and believed in them so much to later on find out what was underneath the veil. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. You know what I mean? Look at J-Lo really closely next time you see her. Okay, I will. It was $300 for the 2-night rave I went to in August. Like, yeah, nah. And just hearing rave kind of like almost made my head hurt. But and trust me, back in the day, I would frequent a rave here and there. $300 for the 2-night rave. That's just still like, I don't know if it's worth it. Was it worth it? Might I ask before I get critical on that? Was it worth it? And for me, I don't know about y'all, and I'm not encouraging anyone out there to do drugs, but for me, it's a marriage. When you go to a rave, it's a rave drug correlation, and if not these days, wouldn't take the risk. I wouldn't take the risk. Now, for sure, all my dreams been the same way. Our soul's been doing a lot of work in the spirit realm collectively, and I think that's the reason a lot of us been so tired and drained in the physical. Right. Not too long ago, right, that you bring that up, Tez, I had a dream about these doctors doing a study on me, and what they did was, that was Ulysses Booty, right? I thought so. They was doing a study. Ice Spice is talentless. Oh God, yeah. The singer sold all the rights to their song back like Bob Dylan and Imagine Dragons. They did. A lot of artists are selling their rights now. And once Web 3.0 come out, music is going to make a killing. So I understand why the purchasers bought it, but why the artists sold it, that's sad, B, because they about to miss out on a wave of money once Web 3.0 rolls out. But I get it, right? Like, this is why we're having this discussion. Motherfuckers is probably broke or they're asset rich and they got to keep up with their bills. I get it. I'm not saying what's right or what's wrong. All of y'all do what y'all do. We all doing what we do, right? But listen, B. So, no, it sucked hardcore. I didn't even go for the first night and then didn't get there on the second night until like midnight, and it ends at 2. A rave ending at 2? What the fuck? Well, yeah, it's actually because Residents headliners. Wild work. Just ending at 2 was just wild work to me. So I just recently had a dream that these doctors was doing a study on me. I initially called it surgery, but I couldn't even call it that once I woke up from the dream and really analyzed it. It was like they did cut open my head though, like on some Hannibal shit in the movie. Like they cut open my skull, took my brain out, placed it in a bowl, washed it down. It was pure white, like it was no blood on it or anything. And I'm conscious sitting up at this point looking at my brain inside of this bowl, and they had this monitor up on the screen in front of me. I was able to see, what do they call that, the ECG responses or whatever the case may be. I was able to see all of that shit while we was having a discussion. I can't remember all of the words or whatever the case may be. So that just put me on a game, like, because I was doing research on that previously of that dream. Before that dream, I'm trying to get it out fast. Pause, that's why. But before that dream, I came across some information that spoke on how much energy the brain uses. It uses the most energy out of the body. Because I was like trying to make a correlation between the ball sack and the brain. And I'm just like, well, you know, people are strong advocates for not letting go of that ball juice, but it's the brain that really drains, bars, I'm nice, most of the energy. You know what I mean? Let that ball juice go. You're going to get it back, brother. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Let me stop. But yeah, the dreams, very prophetic, very vivid, very much clarity, much symbology in them. The brain power, especially that it takes to, just think about it, being online and working with computers and stuff like that, takes a lot of mental capacity to do that. It's much more simpler to just go and have conversations with people face to face. Think about it, right or wrong. But when you're doing technical work that involves computers and you got to compose email, frame it in a certain way, send it out, you know, CC, BC, and, you know, all of this other shit, add logo here, insert this, emoji that, oh, not that emoji, taking your selfies, oh, not that one, swipe left, let me take 100 photos, only post 2. It's a lot of fucking brain work, B. We doing the most. Happy Sky says, I forget my dreams when I wake up. Oh, like I'm sincere with I'm sincere with that shit because, man, there's so much to be learned from them. It's just like, yo, it's a beautiful thing, dreams. Like, they're there for you. They are there for you. It's like I could talk about dreams like all fucking day, y'all. Like, no bullshit. I really can. That's how much I love dreams. So let's get into more business and politics, smoke and mirror deception shit. How about it? Type shit. You know, that Pisces Aquarius correlation of passing the torch. And, you know, Pisces rules over foreign lands, especially the profit from foreign lands. I know we put a lot of emphasis on Sagittarius being long distance travel in other people's cultures. And it does rule over that. But Pisces, when you think about Pisces, think sails, ships and sails over the water, right? Over the oceans from long distances. Trade happens, you know, imports and exports of goods happens over those ships. So 12th house Pisces energy can also be associated with that. Okay? Can also be associated with that. So I say that to say this because we're also going to be piggybacking off of the whole political energy, right? So I'm going to bring this up. If you've seen the pre-recorded video, you already know that I was going to bring this into the fold. So this is something that I see a lot in my YouTube feed. I'm going to get real specific here. And some of you watching may have seen this as well on your feeds. And I've brought this up in one of my videos before. I don't remember which one exactly, but I just wanted to make a note of it because I was just like, what, for why? You know, I just be wanting to know for why sometimes, you know. It's one thing when you subscribe to that type of stuff, I would say, like, even if you're in the search engine looking for that type of stuff, because I leave my stuff on so that the advertisers can actually know what my search engine looks at and stuff like that, because I do be buying stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, pitch to me the stuff that I'm interested in, that I prefer. Right? Because sometimes a motherfucker might just forget because he be out and about doing so many things, or you focus on things that take more presidents in your life that you forget that you wanted to buy that whatchamacallit. So, cool. But if I'm not searching for BBCs or whatever the fuck, whatever would alert this type of thing to come up in one's feed, right? Why do I keep seeing this repeatedly? You know? So, not only that, the reason why I bring this to the forefront, right? And this is not a slight to anyone who is a homosexual. I've made this clear. I will keep stating this. I am not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep doing what you're doing if that's what you feel like you want to do. You know what I mean? I done slept with 4 titties in my bed and I had a fucking blast. You know what I'm saying? So who am I to say what the fuck people are supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's for anybody who is triggered. You know what I mean? Trigger alert. I always say trigger alert, like, after the fact. Like, I gotta get better at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? But I think it was a good thing to bring up because of the whole political thing. Let me get back in the comment section real quick before I extend on this whole gay test thing here. Licious Booty says, my dreams haunt me. The craziest dream I have is always these 3 dudes trying to have me in my bed. Oh, baby. I told my friend, that's not funny or nothing, but geez. I told my friend who is good with dream interpretation, and she told me that I'm hiding. Something from yourself. Hiding something from myself. It might be, and I'm not trying to be funny either, it might be that you're a little bit it might be that you're sexually repressed and you're more of a freak than, let me just keep it being like you're more of a freak than you actually come across or that you think you are. Something along those lines. It could be that. Like I've interpreted dreams that are like that as well. I've had dreams like that as well. It could be that you're repressing something sexually about yourself. It could mean other things too, but that's deep. Thanks for sharing. Interesting. I haven't seen anything like that. This is on YouTube. Yes, this is on YouTube. I pulled this from YouTube. I screenshot this from YouTube, and I might have seen this about, let me say, I forgot when I posted that video, but it actually disappeared for a while. I had stopped seeing it after a while because once I seen it, I couldn't take it down. I'm just like, man, fuck it, you know? But on Facebook, and I gotta give him that, I gotta give him credit where it's due. On Facebook, when you see ads that you be like, yo, what the fuck is this about? Like, what the fuck is this doing here? Who's targeting me now? You know what I mean? You can actually go to one of their features and you could go to an option and it says you can hide that ad, right? So you don't have to ever see that ad ever again. They're not gonna let you delete it because you're gonna fuck with their bottom line, and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But if that's not your preference, if that's not your cup of tea, you can hide it. You won't see that ad anymore. If YouTube has that, I don't know where it's at. And if somebody knows, let me know where I can find that. You know what I mean? You said I look at it like that, but nah, that ain't it, booty. Then it could also be, I should probably say that for another time. If we could have it, perhaps we could have that discussion at another time. But if somebody knows where you can find a YouTube option that allows you to, you know, turn off the ads, let me know. Let us all know. Get in the comment section and let us know. You know what I mean? But since we're on the topic of politics and stuff like that, right? I found this to be kind of awkward, right? Because if we're saying slap tariffs on consumer goods that come from overseas, right? Meaning to make them more expensive in order to protect United States domestic products and services, right? If we're doing that type of shit, hold on, where is this thing at? Let me see. If we're doing that in the name of the United States, to preserve the United States or whatever, right? Then why in the world would something like this show up? Because you know me, I went to looking some more. I wanted to be more informed about this thing. So I'm like, yo, where is this ad coming from? Where is it coming from? Who's targeting me, right? I want to know who's targeting me. So as you can see here, let me zoom in a little bit more. I got the name of the company and all that. Tech Tree Mobile Limited is the name of the advertiser. And look where they are from. Hong Kong. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Hong Kong is where, y'all? It's in fucking China, ain't it? You pay $7 a month for no ads on here. It's $14 normally, I think. So that's the catch. That's why you can't shift the option like that. Because they like, yo, go get YouTube. What is it? Pro or premium or some shit like that, right? I've had it a few times too. I took the free trial though. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? It's just like, fuck it, a click of a button, skip the ad, whatever. You know what I mean? But that's, thank you for plugging that in, Shaylee. Thank you for plugging that in. So Hong Kong is in China, right? So aren't we like so mad and angry and done with China? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that the narrative out here in the United States? Oh, China this, China that, China this, China that. China's our worst enemy. China's number 2 in the economy. They're going to take over as the world superpower. We've got to do something about it. So why the fuck are y'all allowing China to target me with gay tests? I'm just saying, can we come explain this shit to me, man. But not only that, right? Right? Because if we're going to get political, now look, if you go to use Google ads, you cannot target China. I kid you not. I'm not making this shit up. Now, I think it was like, 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. I was in college. And funny you bring that up. I get student pricing. Shaylee, you in college right now, that means, right? It's fucking fantastic. So when I was in college still, right? We were tasked to do a study on Google and how they failed. They might strike me for this shit too. They might demonetize this one too. Like, oh, nigga, you gonna put our business out there? But listen, I just gotta keep it a bean, Google. Y'all failed out there. Y'all went out there, y'all tried to expand the brand. Balls of Nice, we already know that album coming soon, bitches. But y'all failed, B. And I got all of the deets. I got all of the information. When I saved the project, I saved the research and all that. Like, y'all fucked up when y'all went out there. And it's really because China plays a different ball game. They have integrity when it comes to countryman, and government. Now I've heard all of the other stuff about them, and I'm not cheering that part about them on, but that's why Google failed out there, because they are slow moving. United States is very quick. They're very aggressive, very adamant about what they want, how it's going to go, very direct and forward. And China's just like, oh, let me think about it. Come back and have tea. Come back and have tea. And Americans are like, no, I don't want no fucking tea. My wife wants a fucking Porsche. And then the fucking blood levels get pumping up, and then you fuck everything up. And the China man like, no, see, you're not stable. You're not stable. Pardon me, Chinese people who are watching this. I'm not trying to make fun of y'all or whatever, and that's probably a terrible rendition of y'all accent, but I'm just trying to get my point across, you know? And at the same time, I'm not really bigging up my people in the same sentence. Because you get what I'm saying. You get the message that I'm saying, right? It's like, Google failed, man. But China could spend their money and target me out here with this, with the homosexual inquiries. Right? I didn't ask for any of that. And I can't target them and say, yo, where y'all bitches at? I want some Chinese bitches. Y'all got bitches with fatties out there? Like, what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? Can I see some Chinese titties? Like, what's really good? I can't do that. I can't do that. Y'all will block it. It's already blocked. I tried. I tried already. You know what I'm saying? So what the fuck is really going on? And then look at this. Why are you seeing this ad, right? Because I want to know. All right? That's why I do research. I be wanting to know, because I be skeptical about a lot of shit, y'all. So it said, I'm targeted. I'm shown this ad. I'm using the word targeted. Fuck that. Because of the time of day it is. And the general location, like your country or city. I'm from the fucking empire, B. It's partially cutthroat and wild as fuck out here. This is like the home of the fucking cowboys, B. So is that why you're targeting this location? Are you trying to soften us up? Are you trying to like get us to not be that way? And trust me when I tell you, I don't want it to be violent and all that. But at least we know how to take care of ourselves around this motherfucker. Kind of, sort of. But you're saying it's because where we are. I mean, personally, I feel like that's an attack still. You're trying to say because I live in New York City, in Brooklyn at that. You're trying to say that's why I'm being targeted with this test. And because of the time of the day, and like I said in the pre-recorded video, if y'all didn't see it, can somebody inform me of the homo time? Like, what time is homo time in? Put me on, because what time of the day is that? What the fuck? But that's what they said, right? And again, I want to apologize also because I said you can't advertise to Ukraine. I was wrong about that. On YouTube and Facebook, you can advertise to Ukraine. That also gives you some insight and some intel on what's going on around us as well. Right? You can in these countries. I was right about Iran though. You can't get no Iranian bitches either. And they got some baddies. But you can't go out, you can't go using the internet to target some Iranian bitches either. Or the Chinese. I think there's a couple of others. But you can advertise to Ukraine. So I wanted to make note of that as well. What y'all think about that shit? Hold on, y'all getting it in over here. Let me see. Right. Black men are targeted more. You think, and it's like, this internet be having a lot of our demographic information. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and I like that might sound like speculation, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I'm starring that comment because I don't think so. I think there is some type of ploy with that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're labeled as, this hyper masculine, toxic masculine species. And now if you look at the mainstream media, so to speak, whoever gets the most attention of the limelight, they're doing the most when it comes to like feminine stuff, B. And like I said, that Pisces shit getting kicked up, some of them could be faking. Some of them could be real. Who's who, we don't even really fucking know. But I can tell you what is being placed in front of me to where it's like, yo, come on, B. I ain't asked for that. Nobody asked me to check a box to see this shit, B. Like, I'm just keeping it being. So my point with that is it just smoke and mirrors, this whole political foreign policy shit? Like, oh yeah, we're at war with so-and-so, they're at war. How did I feel more like the United States is at war with me for allowing me to be targeted by something that is not of my preference from a foreign country than I feel at being at war with them, because I can't do business with that foreign country. I can't say, oh, no thank you with the gay test, but how about you listen to my music? You know what I mean? Look at my bitches. Look at my thumbnails. Y'all like this music? Y'all fucking with this? I can't target them and I can't do business with them. I feel more under attack, held back, and repressed by the United States. I'm just keeping it a bean. And I'm publicly saying that. It's too late to take it back. I'm just keeping it a bean, B. Like, what else? It's pretty clear. It's pretty evident, Yes, I went back because I quit with only needing 5 classes to complete my BA. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's real shit. I commend you on doing that. I be thinking about going back to get my doctorate. You know what I'm saying? I support scholastic studies. I love it. Like, I love higher education. So we going to make some motherfucking noise for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Go get that bachelor's. You know what I'm saying? I got the bachelor's and it felt motherfucking good. I've been in a bachelor pad ever since, too. Like, but anyway, here nor there. I don't even know how proud of that I am anymore. Maybe that runs its course after a while. Yeah, no bueno. I'm targeted with all surgical procedures pages, tummy tucks, booby job. I think that's booby jobs, right? BBL, etc. I believe that's booby jobs. Yeah. So, yeah, calm the tits. So, yo, this is booty. If you don't mind me asking, like, is it? Now look, is it from like some, you think it's some like facial recognition, or damn, maybe I said that wrong. No offense, but maybe it's like ass recognition or body recognition, or maybe you got some body work done or something like that, or maybe it's just your name that they picking up on, like, oh, Licious Booty, yeah. she probably want a bigger booty. You know what I'm saying? Do you think it's something like along those lines? Because I find that interesting as well. You're being targeted. You know what I'm saying? And I would assume, because what I hear is the best surgeons are from other countries. You know? So those ads that you're seeing are probably from other countries as well. So it's just like, yo, stop. Don't try to pull the wool over our eyes, because I told y'all, there's a whole lot more investigators out here. A lot of us are doing investigative work. We not just gonna be told and sold every fucking thing no more, B. Like, knock it the fuck off, niggas. We not playing out here, B. No more. Sometimes I'll get an ad when I'm talking about something and my phone is nearby. The ad will be what I was talking about. That's creepy. It is. I think it's a double-edged sword. I get that sometimes too. Now, there is a feature, y'all can look this up. There is a way that you can actually turn your phone off from listening to you and listening to things that are around you. I had to find that out the tough way. Not really the tough way, but just really by accident or some shit like that. But I say tough because I done had so many conversations, and a lot of my conversations be private. Like, I have a fucking private life. So I'm just like, damn, after all of this time, my phone been picking up all of that shit that we was talking about. Jeez, you know what I'm saying? But it's weird when I think about that type of technology, because I feel like sometimes we've had that capability before this technology came. Pause. But think about it. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I know as a kid, I would hear a song in my brain, and then that song would be playing in a car coming down a block a half hour later and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll be thinking the phone is going to ring and somebody's going to call, and they'll call. You know what I mean? 15, even sometimes 2-3 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? Like, the hive mind connectivity, the stuff that we're talking about when we're dreaming and astral projecting, and humans, we have that capability. I just think maybe it's not executed through most of us a lot of the times. And I think this technology actually enhances our capability to be able to do so. But shit, yeah, we also have heard the rumors of the technology being able to pick up our thoughts. And, you know, I think that would be real interesting in the trial, right? Because if our thoughts are not our thoughts, like, sometimes you can't stop your thoughts from racing. You can't really claim a thought to be yours until you act on it. I think, in theory anyway, right? So how will the trials start looking in the future if they keep pushing that type of technology? You know what I'm saying? Can people just do stuff and be like, yo, it wasn't me. Y'all read my thoughts. Y'all know the shit came from the ether, B. The fuck? Go get the spirits. Go get the ghosts, nigga. We need Ghostbusters for real, because I didn't do that shit. I ain't think of that shit. And premeditated what? You niggas is lying. You got the fucking technology. Bring the reports out. Right? So that's some spooky shit to think about too. I agree. Happy Scott. Have you had any dreams of mass gatherings or celebratory type of ceremonies? Could have been on some type of luxurious boat, a college campus, a futuristic type of city, or maybe a castle/mansion. I have had dreams of castles and mansions often. Even like orchards, big huge farms with apple trees and sheds and that type of shit, barnyards, and just a lot of acres of land. But I've definitely had a lot of campus dreams, like being on campus. So to me, that was like the celebratory type ceremony, but it's like I'm on a campus. You know where the actual campus was at too? I don't know if y'all are familiar with Bryant Park in Midtown Manhattan, but there's like a big, large field inside of the park that the students from the fashion school, I don't even know if I heard the fashion school closed, but I know there's a fashion design school over there, college. The students would come out and like have their lunches on a like there's some activity going on there, in areas that are like that a lot of the times in my dreams as well. A boat, maybe a time or three. Usually my dreams on boats are, I ain't gonna hold you, them shits is really like fucking trying, man. Like I'm either escaping from someone, being pursued by a group of people, a group of terrorists, killers, animals, giants, big Samoan motherfuckers like popping up out of nowhere, but end up being my friend and shit. And I'm like swinging on a fucking giant chain attached to the boat, and like dolphins are jumping up out of the water, and I'm like thinking they're gonna attack me, but they're really my friends. And the shit gets wild every time I start dreaming about a boat. Or I'm on a Staten Island ferry. I'm from there, y'all. So I be having like gloomy. The Hudson is fucking disgusting. So I be having like gloomy dreams of my past and past lives, and it gets wild with the boat shit. I ain't gonna hold y'all, yo. My boat dreams aren't but I can't say they're not adventurous and exciting as well. You know what I mean? I'm just used to it. I got a Mars in the 12th, y'all. So some of my dreams be like fucking nightmares, or what the average person would consider a nightmare. But yeah, want to get your masters for sure? Do it, yo. Do it. You know, I was thinking about going back for the doctorate, and I'm just like, I was having a discussion with a doctor, and I'm just like, how'd you do it? Even more, why'd you do it? And are you satisfied with it? And it's not like their information would have led me to whether I'm going to go back and get it now. I'm probably going to get it because I'm just ambitious like that. I'm going to just want it. But my theory is I want to put that master's to full use. So when I say full use, I think I just want to achieve and embody everything that I dreamed a master's should embody, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And then I'll just go strutting into the motherfucking college again to go get that doctorate. Like, yeah, doctor me. You know, put a doctor on the front of my shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Got to be the name thing because I never had surgery, but I do follow the ladies who have. Okay, see, but we're getting somewhere. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. Investigating this shit sheds a lot of light on it. So it could be all of those factors that come into fold. Do y'all sage before sleep? I don't. And as far as I even go with the sage, like I don't even burn sage. I'm going to keep it a bean, but I do burn sage incense. But that's as far as I'm going with the sage. I try not to get too ceremonial. Because, I don't know, I just don't want too many types of things seeping into my mind that could be unnecessary or whatever the case may be. Like I have enough encounters with spirits and, you know, things beyond this frequency and the sixth sense and all that to like, I don't want to start like, I don't want to get full Constantine out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I do sprinkle my salt in front of my doorways and shit like that. I ain't gonna hold you, you know? But I just don't be wanting to get too ceremonial. Perhaps in the future, you know what I mean? But I think more along the lines in the future, I'll probably be more on some shaman shit, like mixing elixirs, frolicking butt ass in the woods and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I said, my dreams be like a lot of farmland and acres and barnyards and sheds and just wild shit like that. So there's got to be some type like a ceremony shit going on in my life somewhere down the line. And I probably have been in tune with those types of things in past lives. I'm a college student. Yeah, okay. Shout out to you. Shout out to more. All right, let's flood this motherfucker with college students. I love it. I love it, B. I'm not alone, and it's also promotion for other people who haven't went, who might be thinking about going. You know what I'm saying? It's not the worst. It's not what people made it all cracked up to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the, even the people who have made billions of dollars, if your goal is just to get rich or just to go to school to get mega rich, they still enter the college facility. They may have not finished, but they did enter that motherfucker. And some of them who left are some of the worst creatures on this earth. Yeah, I said it. I'm ending Virgo season with a bang, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. If I'm gonna critique something, I'm gonna critique that person. I'm really talking about one person, but yeah, they left. And now I'm looking at them like, you should have stayed, motherfucker. Because you left too early and you got beside yourself. But anyway. I might have said too much. Nah. Anytime I can give them a shot, I give him a shot. Because he's giving everybody else shots. Oh, what a low blow. Oh. All right. University is above Yale. Machiavelli the Dawn, Illuminati. Okay. To the body like a 12-gauge shotty. Let's make some motherfucking noise for that. Kabbalah Scientology. Okay. I love school and I love learning, but I get bored. I know what that's like. I can get bored with my career sometimes, so I know what that's like. I need 2 or 3 things to keep me stimulated. So I feel you on that. I burn natural American spirit, okay? I don't either. My guides tell me all the time though, but I don't. Oh, really? Yeah, I haven't ever been guided to like either to like, yo, burn this and turn 3 times left and 4 times right and do a handstand in the middle of the room. Like I haven't been ever led to do that type of stuff. And also like when I read the Bible and shit, like I didn't ever like the parts when they be like putting on shows and shit, like, you know, doing the most. And no disrespect to people who like celebrate the Ash Wednesdays and y'all like smack cigarette shit all over your face and all that. Like if that's what you want to do, that's what you do. But I've always looked at that as, because I read the Bible back and forth as a kid. Like I was forced to do that shit. So it's just like that part didn't strike me well, even as a shorty. I'm just like, well, I don't know. I don't think I like all of that. You know what I mean? If I'm going to worship or if I'm going to praise, like I don't necessarily want people to know, especially if I'm protecting myself. Like I don't necessarily want to show you the rituals that I do to protect myself. So I guess I'm kind of like that. You know what I mean? You inspired me to go back. I'm only 25 and been done trade school. Okay, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Let me star that. You know what I mean? And put some motherfucking horns on that shit, because, and a round of applause, because that's good. You know what I'm saying? Because look, it's the information age, B. You know? So I think really back then college didn't make sense. If we're going to talk about it, let's really talk about it, because back then they said that the American dream was to go to college so you could get a good job. I know damn well I didn't go to college to get a good job. I got a son in the 6th house. I don't want to work for anyone but myself. I work for the people serving. It's in the 6th house. I'm going to serve. You understand what I'm saying? However, the whole hovering over the back of my neck and all that, talking about, yo, faster. Nigga, listen. Ain't no whip to my back. Like, I just can't do it. And you know what I mean? I've done charts and readings for other people that do very well in those types of settings. So I'm not shooting that shit down or downplaying it like nobody could work for anybody. But trust me, y'all, I've tried. I've even been stand-up, like the best coworker you could imagine. But it's just like, soon as you start irking me and irritating me to the degree of, oh, you know I'm nice, you see I'm nice, now it's like jealousy, or now it's like, oh, I'm shining too bright in here, and now you got an issue with me or something, and now you trying to up one me in front of people and shit like that. Now I got to go. Now I got to go, or something's going to happen in here, you know, and it's a safe environment, and it should be, you know, but I got to get the fuck up out of here, because as we can all see, they keep fucking giving me upgrades, you know. I'm the fucking man around here. So if I can do this within a company, I'm going to go outside of it and do it for myself. And then, you know, when I get to hiring people, I'm keeping the good talent. I'm not treating them like, oh, I could just lose them and replace them with somebody. Nah, fuck that. I see the talent, I'm keeping them. What can I do to accommodate you more? Fuck that. Yes, we are heavily Mercury ruled, excuse me. That's a fact. I don't burn sage unless I'm about to do a ritual and want to rid the space of negativity real quick. Any other time, I just clean the house real good with pine, soil, Florida water, or Creolin. I feel you. Yeah, cleaning the house real good, I think that's more of my thing. I think that's more what I'm ritualistic about. Like, I love cleaning all of the corners and everything. I'll be letting the spider webs live now. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I've been doing that for a while. I ain't gonna lie. Like, the spider webs, I just be leaving them, but everything else, like, I'm dusting the fuck out of everything and all that, because I'm a fucking Virgo moon and a Virgo ascendant. Like, I'm a fucking, like, I just gotta have it that way. You know what I mean? I got a humidifier in this motherfucker and everything. Like, it's just one of those. You know what I mean? The hip hop Kabbalah. Paganism is coming back and religion is failing or falling. I feel you on that. Because, look, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it eventually. I guess we're going to say that for Sagittarius season. We're going to talk about King James. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about King James. We are going to talk about King James. And I believe that's why religion is failing. That's why it's crumbling. King James, the Catholic Church, what they've done. And I think they still in the courts behind what they've done. Come on, you can't. And the covering up of the secrets, the removal of the books from the Bible, that hardcore Christians are saying like, yo, don't ever bring up that book. They were removed from the Bible by people, by God. And come on, man. So the emerald tablets of Thoth and all. Come on. Book of Enoch. Why? For why? Why would those books be removed? And I just told y'all the Library of Alexandria was burnt down by Rome. And all of the artifacts that survived were brought to the Vatican. Come on, make it make sense, y'all. Just make it make fucking sense, man. Oh man, that shit gets me passionate, yo. But I would maybe we should bring a hardcore Christian. Maybe I should bring a hardcore Christian in to speak about it. But I've known this because I've been doing this for some time now. I done had those arguments with them, and it's just like no convincing them, B. It's like no convincing them. So it's like, at that point, all you can do is preach to the choir. You know? No, I'm stubborn as fuck anyways, and probably should listen more than I do. I haven't ever really gone into the magic or rituals yet. Well, I think a lot of rituals can become personal. I don't think there's anything wrong with reading up on rituals that have already been. But I think we just we're in Aquarius age, so you're probably going to come up with your own anyway. You know, the same way you come up with your own recipes, and you might take what's been passed down from Big Mama, but your taste buds just may be a bit different. And you might be like, yo, I'm going to stir it to the left, stir it to the right that many times, and my mashed potato's going to have this instead of that. It just is what it is, you know what I mean? They say malefic planets in 6 are good for military careers. I can see how that is. Yes, routine, rules over routine, and to have a soldier planet there like Mars or Saturn, absolutely, because there's going to be discipline in that routine, so you can be counted on to be reliable to the second degree, to the third power. Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Oh my God, I'm the same way. People are fucking assholes. Cryptocurrency going out of business, and the dollar sign is the last currency and the only currency for the whole world. And this planet is special because the gold that you put in your mouth. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about that, Ben. I think crypto, because I'm looking at it from an astrological perspective, I think crypto is kind of suffering right now only because Uranus is inside of Taurus right now. So it falls inside of Taurus. It's not expressed to its highest capacity, because Taurus is tangible wealth, you know? So when we're talking digital, it's like Uranus is not comfortable there. But like I said, Web 3.0, when Uranus goes into Gemini, crypto's taking off. That's my theory. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Crypto's taking off when Uranus goes into Gemini. And not for nothing, there's more cold storages being handed out. So if you want to think about Uranus being powerful inside of the digital world, think cold storage, to actually be able to hold a hard drive or a cold wallet with your crypto stored on that, because that's when it becomes tangible and it's Taurus like, it becomes Taurian. But Bitcoin is having a hell of a run again right now, and the only reason why it's so volatile is because it's ruled by Uranus. It's digital money is ruled by Uranus. So Uranus is like, it's like Shaka, the movie. You ever seen that? Fantastic movie. What the fuck? Yo, people need to put some fucking respect on the movie Shaka. Like, what's going on out here? Like, and it's about to be Halloween. Like, yo, put some fucking respect on the movie Shaka, yo. You see that shit in years. But, you know, to each his own. To each his own. I've been cleaning right now. I clean on my breaks. I love cleaning. Yeah, me too. Cleaning is very therapeutic for me. Which zodiac sign is your dream woman? My dream woman zodiac sign is a Pisces. I've come to terms with it. I just have to accept it, yo. I think I've been running from that for some time now. I've been trying to become in denial with it, and but even if I muster it up on my own, like when I imagine about it now, the more I'm versed in astrology, who's excited about Libra season coming in? Because we're gonna have a time on this podcast doing Libra season. I can tell you that shit now, because I'm gonna be going in on relationship shit. But yeah, I would say it's a Pisces right now. You know, so even if I lose some clout out there, or if I lose some people, you know what I mean? If I lose some chicks, listen, don't take it personal. I've been around the block, you know what I mean? And it just is what it is. I got a whole bunch of videos talking about me dating in the zodiac signs and all that. Like, I done bounced all over the fucking place. Virgo ascendant, Virgo moon, sun, 6th house. You a damn clean freak. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I really got OCD. Like, I gotta crack the eggs in my carton in a particular order. Like, no bullshit. Like, that's how serious that shit get. Like, I be attentive as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'll clean as I go, because like I can get so disgusted at waking up to dishes in the sink type shit. Like, that's and you know what happens sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? But shit, I be cleaning as I go, cleaning as I cook. The food be done, the dishes be clean, the kitchen be clean. And be like, how the fuck? Yeah. Just get out my way. If you not like that in the kitchen, get the fuck from around me. You can eat some of the food. You can enjoy when it's done. But shit, yo, son, respect the Pope. We got now, and the first Pope is Simon Peter, 67 AD, a follower of Black Jesus. Yo, do you know what a Yahwist is? I don't. I'm going to keep it a beam with you, Yah Bravo. I don't know what a Yahwist is. I'm not even up to par with the Pope that we have now. But I think I did hear something in Pope news that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. What was it about? Something the Popes. I don't even remember. It must have not been that important. But if it comes to me, I'll bring it to the forefront. But no, I'm not familiar with what a Yahwist is. That has to be a past life thing, because I get mad about the library burning too. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about. I think I'm gonna start the Libra season off talking about that, because I got a friend who sent me something relative to the afterlife, and when I watched the video, I'm like, yo, that sounds like Earth right now, new Earth. Like, the potentiality for heaven on Earth is here, because I did the the analogy of Libra is short for library. So I'm just like, I'm gonna bring that back up. But yeah, I don't like that either. You go burn all of it. And I understand why motherfuckers did it. You know, there's a large insecurity that comes with that, or drawing the lines between countries and stuff like that. All of that division, all of the wars going on during the Piscean age. So it kicked up all of that Aries shit. All of these warriors and warlords popping up. So it's like, you definitely don't want people having the knowledge and the gifts of everything when you're trying to just slaughter everything moving. But I still don't think it's right. Fuck that. I still don't think it's right. It's right. Focus on the stock market. Leave cryptocurrency alone. Again, to each his own. To each his own, y'all. Bravo. To each his own. To each his own. It's a new day and age. You know what I mean? I'm not closing off my mind to cryptocurrency. Nah. Fuck that. I think the stock market is always going to be here, but the age is being ushered in, man. I just landed on New Earth. I will never date a Pisces again. Fuck that noise. My hubby is a Pisces too. All right, shout out to the hubby. You know what I mean? Shout out to the fucking hubby. Pisces in the building one time. I'm not saying all Pisces are sweethearts, you know what I'm saying? I even know I'm a handful to deal with at times, depending on who the other person is, who my partner is, but it is what it is, you know what I mean? I told you, I've been around the block a few times, so my discernment has sharpened along the way, put it that way. What are we gonna look at now? Let's look at, this is another correlation that I wanted to bring up. Where's that doctor shit at? Let me see. Here it goes.
Why is vaping so dangerous? Well, vape solutions contain diacetyl and formaldehyde, so when inhaled into the lungs, it can directly damage the lung sacs. This causes a condition called popcorn lung, which affects how your lungs transfer CO2 and get oxygen into your body. This is a serious condition that frequently requires hospitalization and can even result in death. Nicotine is an intense vasoconstrictor, and the nicotine content in vape solutions is largely unregulated. In addition to that, vaping has become very socially acceptable, so you can pretty much vape anywhere, which increases the exposure of this unregulated nicotine solution. High nicotine exposure increases your risks of high blood pressure, consequently, heart attack and stroke. And finally, vape solutions contain carcinogens like formaldehyde, as well as toxic materials like lead and tin and nickel. These things are inhaled into the lungs and are very difficult, if ever, cleared from the body. Now look, your body, your rules, but we are just starting to understand both the short-term and the long-term effects of vaping. So educate yourself and make good decisions that make sense in your life. If you enjoy this type of content, please check out our free newsletter. Click the link in the bio, and I hope you guys have a great day.
Okay, so that was a doctor, right? Or so we hope that was a doctor. You know what I mean? From the body language, seemed pretty sincere, I would say. Now, you would be amazed, or maybe you wouldn't. Maybe y'all spend time on TikTok, right? Which they're trying to ban, but they ain't trying to ban Temu. That tells you something. But anyway, so I was surprised by going through the comment section of that particular video to see how many people had rebuttals for that doctor. There were so many people in support of the vaping. You know what I mean? They were like, you're lying. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. It doesn't cause popcorn lung. Do the research. And you could tell a lot of the people commenting are vapors, and they, like I said, there's a little bit of delulu when you're dealing with Pisces. You know, that imagination you know what I mean? So we staying on topic. And it's like, sometimes you could be in denial too. Or you could be doing some self-undoing by not doing, by going, not going blind, but being blinded by the veil, right? Not getting the clarity that's needed. Now, when homeboy said formaldehyde, that's when my antennas went up, because I'm like, okay, hold on now. Because not too long ago, I think it was an artist. I seen someone who was explaining their journey and how they struggled with drugs, but it wasn't drugs. No, they wasn't struggling with drugs. They were struggling with vapes, with vaping. And I seen some people in their comment section back when I first seen this, that they was like on some, yeah, right shit. Like, you know what I mean? You was doing hard drugs, my boy, like, you know, trying to clown them, trying to play them. But I started listening, and they were like, no, I'm telling you, there's something in those vapes that are making motherfuckers go crazy. Like, the shit had him fucked up. Like, he was going crazy, like on some old hallucinating sometimes, or hearing voices. If I'm paraphrasing, if I don't got it exactly right? To where he did some shit that was damaging to his own self and everything. So I always kept that in my mind. You know what I mean? I haven't ever done it. I've seen people doing it. I just can't. It's very difficult for me to grasp somebody just walking down the block sucking on a USB for smoke. Like, that shit just bugs me out. Very Jetson-like, but it's just like, yo, where's the fucking flying hoverboard? Like, come on, this is what we get, right? So I always kept that in mind. So when homeboy said formaldehyde, I'm like, hold on, maybe he on to something, right? But again, we're in that age of where you don't know who's who. You know? You don't know who's who. So you got to keep doing research to really get to the bottom of it before you can truly believe something. So I'm just like, man, because the comment section had me on that. Like, yo, what else can I find to help, like, support that this doctor could be telling the truth? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm concerned for people. You know, I picked up cigars not too long ago, last year I just started smoking cigars. And I'm like, well, tobacco has a vast amount of testosterone enhancement within it. They do have chemicals in that shit too, though. You know what I mean? And some cigars, whatever the case may be, you got to do your research, find out which cigars, which that type of shit. But you know, it's not like motherfuckers is inhaling that shit. Some people actually inhale it. And I'm not trying to, I guess I am trying to justify my use. But I really have this on and off switch that I developed. Trigger warning, y'all. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody who had and still has addiction problems. You know what I'm saying? I've been through it all, but not all, but I've been through enough to develop that on and off switch. Like I might have had 2 cigars in the past 4 months. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's really not a thing. It's just like, But my point is, I think it's more of a, like I've seen research on nicotine, tobacco and shit like that. The cigars, like, it's a lot of masculine health, put it there. So that also kind of makes me wonder, you don't want motherfuckers using, I would say, the purest form of tobacco, but give them an electronic cigarette and it makes everything better. Because I do understand, though, so for everybody who's coping with trying to quit nicotine, because that shit is addictive, so they're using vapes to quit, because a lot of those commenters were saying that. I commend y'all for that, but I'm just saying, have y'all done the research, or are we doing enough research? You know what I'm saying? To make.
Hey guys, so I'm in the hospital currently, in the ICU. I had to come in on Tuesday because my hemoglobin was so low. I needed to get blood transfusions, so I have been in here since Tuesday. I had got the blood transfusions. They did CT scans, x-rays to check, see why I'm still chest and why I'm bleeding, and where I'm bleeding internally. Well, I guess it still showed that there's something in my lungs, and so yesterday they did a bronchoscopy and a EGD to see where it's coming from. Well, I guess it's coming from my lungs, and this is all due because I was vaping. So they removed the blood, they washed out of my lungs, and well, I guess they put me on a ventilator. I had no idea yesterday, and enough of it now, obviously, but a scary situation to ever be in. Never in my life want to be in that position again. So this is all due to vaping. And if you could do me a favor, just not vape. That's it. But just need some prayers to get through this. I don't know when I'll be home, or when I'll be allowed to be discharged to go back home, but this is just like an easy way to update everybody without like going and telling every single person like what's going on with me, because it can get a lot. But yeah, I've been here, ICU. I don't know if I can go to a regular room today or not, but sorry this video is long, but I just want to give you guys a PSA that to quit vaping, because if you look down on the floor, a little blue bottle down there, that is all the blood that was in my lungs. So but yeah, so please stop vaping. That's all. You may think it's never gonna happen to you. If you want to share this video to people you may know, please do. But this is just a huge PSA to everyone to quit vaping, and I am a product of that. So I'm only 32, so I love you all, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
So, you know, I'm not telling anybody how to feel. You know what I mean? I'm not telling anybody, you know, you get your own discernment when you view that video. What I will say is this. The comment section was dog walking her ass. They was like, bitch, how you got a full face of makeup on and you just came out of whatever, what's it called, ICU or draining fluid from your neck? Like, they was just tearing her to fucking pieces, B. And I'm like, yo, like, fucking TikTok commenters gives zero fucks about anything, B. Like, but again, it just made me think, like, okay, is she telling the truth or is she not? You know, did she get done up to make a video about it? Is it that severe? Was she in there for something else and just saying that it's vaping? Did she get paid by some type of big tobacco company who wants to keep making their dollars, so they're trying to get vaping up out of there or whatever the case may be? Who the fuck knows, right? But I'm just like, damn, if I do see something like that, you know, it's at least going to make me think. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make me think. It's definitely going to make me think. So what else I wanted to bring up? Yeah, so I kept researching. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, listen, I'm going to get to the bottom of this shit. Yo, TikTok is the home of the rabbit hole. I must say that. You know what I mean? I'm going to say that. I'm sticking to that. But peep game, right? So I'm going to talk about this. Let me see. There's an actual, okay, the data represented in recent legislation did not support the conclusion that an e-cigarette use presents a likely risk of excessive exposure to formaldehyde. All right, not in general. It will not give an excessive exposure to formaldehyde. However, it appears to have, when it overheated the coil, resulting in excessive breakdown of propylene glycol to formaldehyde. This phenomenon is readily detected by the consumer by virtue of an exceedingly unpleasant burning taste, commonly referred to as a dry puff. It has been described in detail in the literature. The consumer can address the issue by discontinuing use of the unit, period, meaning quitting, or reducing puff duration while increasing the internal between puffs, meaning take small light puffs. You know what I'm saying? Take small light puffs and take more of them more frequently than take large drags, so you don't overheat the coil inside of the device, which then produces formaldehyde. So, I mean, it's a gamble. It's a risk. In general, they're saying in general, it's not going to do that. But if you feel like you want to take dragon pulls off that motherfucker, yeah, expect to get that formaldehyde up in there. And then the next thing you know, you're thinking you can climb on top of a building and fly off that bitch. Because I'm telling you, I'm from Staten Island, New York, B. I'm telling you, formaldehyde, if you know, you know. You know, and if you don't, watching this video, you guys know now. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? So, look, should we address the elephant in the room now? For everybody that's still here, like, thank you for hanging out. If you left, you came back. If you're new, if you just tuned in, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Rocking out with the kid and all that. I got to give you a hand of applause, a round of applause. You know what I mean? So, yo, peep game. Should we talk about the elephant in the room now? Which is, if you've been under a rock, I think it's impossible not to have seen some type of headline recently about someone who has just been arrested and indicted on charges related to racketeering and sex trafficking. Okay? Sex trafficking. So we're going to talk about it. I believe I've even seen some astrologers talk about this as well. And I think it's healthy because, again, we're taking the current transits. All we're doing is describing the current transits as people have acted them out, you know? So this is like the last day that we get to critique it. I think we can critique it at its highest form, and we can just begin dissecting that, take a look at it, you know what I mean, for what it's worth. Now, I believe this clip is kind of lengthy. Pause. That's why I work, but I do. And if it gets to that point, I don't know if y'all have been aware of it, but if I think it might be too lengthy, I will speed it up and pause. That's crazy too, but I will and get to the meat and potatoes. Pause. That's wild too, and get to discussing what we need to be getting to discussing. You know what I mean?
Sealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, the indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs, more than 1,000 bottles altogether. Here are some of the items that we recovered during the searches. As you can see here, this is a drum magazine, large capacity, and it contains, I believe, 59 rounds. I mentioned as well, we recovered 3 AR-15s. This is a close-up shot of one of the AR-15s, and you can see right here, the serial number has been thoroughly defaced. Another picture of more ammunition and parts of 2 AR-15s right there. Now, I want to be clear about 2 things. First, this office is determined to investigate and prosecute anyone who engages in sex trafficking, no matter how powerful or wealthy or famous you may be. No one should doubt our commitment on that. A year ago, Sean Combs stood in Times Square and was handed a key to New York City. Today, he's been indicted and will face justice in the Southern District of New York. Second, we are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward and to do it quickly. Anyone with information can call 1-877-4-HSI-TIP. I want to express my deep appreciation for the victims and witnesses who have used their voices and helped bring this criminal conduct to light. We would not be here without them. I also want to thank the dedicated case agents on the HSI Trafficking in Person Squad in New York. They have been with us since day one and have worked tirelessly on this investigation. They will continue to be invaluable partners to us. I also want to thank the incredible agents and analysts from SCNY who have also provided tremendous assistance on this case. I'm deeply grateful for their continued work. And finally, I want to thank the outstanding career prosecutors from SCNY who are handling this case. Meredith Foster, Emily Johnson, Chrissy Slavic, Madison Smeisler, and Mitzi Steiner, and their supervisors, Jamie Backleeper and Jacqueline Kelly. They are members of the Civil Rights Unit in our criminal division. We created the Civil Rights Unit when I became U.S. Attorney. I'm deeply proud of their work on this and so many other cases. I'll now take some questions.
Eric Katursky, ABC.
Damien, thanks. The indictment describes aggressive, open, violent, hedonistic abuse that you say was recurrent and widely known. Why did it take law enforcement so long to intervene? How many women were victimized by Sean Combs, and how many others were involved?
Look, our investigation is ongoing. We are committed to bringing justice to everyone who's been victimized by the defendant. I can't tell you why it took so long. I think the better focus is on the fact that we are here today. And we are committed to making sure that justice is done. Next question.
Thank you. Julia Ainsley, NBC.
Thank you for doing this. You said we are not done and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
Janet Fisher, Newsday.
What's the difference between the sex trafficking and promoting travel for the purpose of prostitution?
Well, there are different crimes with different elements. I don't think we should get into the nitty-gritty of the legal discussion right now, but the sex trafficking, we believe, they're all serious offenses, but the sex trafficking conduct carries some significant penalties, and we are gratified that we were able to bring that charge.
Is one more coercive than the other?
I'm not going to be able to get into that, but you can look it up, and yes, sex trafficking, especially when it involves coercion or force, is a very serious crime, and it carries significant penalties.
Good afternoon, Darla Miles, ABC7 New York. Thank you for this press conference and for the details. 2 questions. In context of this indictment and the information that was presented to the grand jury, are you able to clarify the number of victims? It's mentioned plural in the indictment, but can you specify the number of victims just for this particular indictment? And secondly, can you provide details about the alleged arson?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to provide either. The number of victims, you are correct. We are intentional in saying multiple. The details of the arson incident are limited to what we have in the indictment and also the detention letter that we filed, which contains more details than the indictment does at various points, but we don't have anything more beyond that. Next question.
Lynn Tran, CNN.
Are any of his accomplices or associates under investigation? And additionally, could he face any more charges?
So the investigation is ongoing. That means both as to him and to anyone else who we believe committed the crime with him. Next question.
Juliet Papa.
Hi, good morning from 1010 Wins. Any indication that some of the women or victims here were imprisoned in his residences, and did he have locations where he kept them, and were not allowed to leave? And also, he's indicted here, although there were searches and raids in LA, Miami. Why in New York?
Well, I'm biased. I'm the U.S. Attorney in the Southern District of New York. I think that we have an outstanding track record of bringing some of the most impactful, sprawling, complex, difficult sex trafficking, human trafficking, labor trafficking, you name it. The Southern District of New York can do it, and so we're very proud of that. And so the scope and complexity of this investigation isn't something that we ran from. It's something that we embrace, and we will continue to do that. As to your question about whether he imprisoned anyone, all I can say is that, I mentioned this March 2016 incident where something was caught on video where a victim was attempting to flee, and there was violence that was associated with it. Was that at the residence or a hotel? That was at a hotel.
Matthew Lee, Inner City Press.
Thanks a lot. Does your office intend to seek remand, or are you reaching a bail package? And if you're willing, how would you contrast this with the R. Kelly case in EDNY in terms of the elements? Thanks.
So we will be seeking detention. We have filed a letter laying out our reasoning for seeking pretrial detention. I'm not going to be able to expand beyond what's in the letter, but it contains all of the reasoning, and it contains the law as well. There is a presumption of detention in a case like this, and we think that's warranted.
John Anise, New York Daily News.
Thank you. I was hoping to get some more detail about the searches of his residence, the guns, the cases of lubricant, and the videos. Where were they found amongst his residents? Were they all scattered around the houses in one place? I kind of wanted to just get a better picture of how that stuff was found.
Well, look, I think that some of the details that you're seeking are in the detention letter. So, for instance, some of the AR-15s, 2 of the 3 defaced AR-15s were found in his bedroom closet in Miami, broken down into parts along with magazines with ammunition loaded in them. So Some of that detail is in the detention letter. Beyond that, I'm not going to be able to get into where other items were stored.
Ben Kochman, Post.
Hey, thanks for doing this. Your office was the office that had been prosecuting Jeffrey Epstein before he died in custody. I have not read your detention memo yet. It's the first thing I'm going to do after this ends. But does the memo address, or is your office concerned with Combs's safety in custody, given what happened with Epstein?
So we are concerned with anyone's safety whenever they are detained prior to trial. It's part of our obligations to keep people safe as well. It's part of the criminal justice system. So, but I do not draw any sort of connection between Jeffrey Epstein's suicide and what may or may not happen to any other defendant while they are detained pre-trial. And of course, the decision whether to detain the defendant will be up to a judge. Our position is that pretrial detention is warranted under the law and based on the facts of this case, and I'll leave it at that.
Are some of the prosecutors on this case some of the same prosecutors that had been handling that or that worked on the Maxwell case?
So I'm not going to get into the staffing. I will say that this team, this group of AUSAs, this incredible group has been working on this case around the clock, and they've had their hands full. Next question.
Gus Rosendale, NBC News.
Good morning, sir. Combs' attorney said that his client has been cooperative with investigators. He said that this morning. I was wondering if you would have a reaction to that.
Let me just say this. I think that generally with increasing frequency, the word cooperative or cooperating has taken on tremendous elasticity, and it no longer really bears any relation to what the word means when we use it in a very specific context. So responding to lawful process and the like does not qualify as cooperation when we use that term here.
Mike Sisak, AP.
Thanks. To that end, was there any discussion of Mr. Combs surrendering? I understand he was taken into custody at a hotel in Manhattan last night, and maybe that wasn't the plan. Can you elaborate on how that came about and why that was?
I'm not going to be able to get into any sort of operational details as to how he was taken into custody and when. He is in custody right now. He will be appearing in court later today.
Was there any discussion of him surrendering, given they claim he's cooperating?
I'm not going to be able to get into law enforcement tactics or operations. Well, I can't get into the charging decision. It is very meaningful to us that weapons were possessed, as we allege in the indictment. Part of the reason why this conduct was so pervasive and harmful was because victims and others didn't necessarily feel comfortable denying him his wishes, as we allege, because of the presence of firearms. I should leave it there.
Thanks. Last question, Jacob Shamison.
Jacob Shamsian, Business Insider. Thank you. Given that he's the sole defendant in this case and that you allege he's part of a conspiracy that involves members of his companies, do you anticipate a superseding indictment that bring allegations against other members of his companies or other co-conspirators as well?
I can't take anything off the table. Anything is possible. Our investigation is very active and ongoing, and I think a lot of
Yeesh. So, yo, there that goes, right? So, look, just last week, right, I told y'all, criminals that go under the radar, they're not detected or they obtain leniency from the law whenever they do get slaps on the wrists and stuff like that, they grow to feel invincible. I just said that last week. Not even a week later, bang, here this goes. Now, another thing. He just got the key to this city last year, which it reminds me of the Piscean energy when I say high tolerance and giving people rope. I think that was a play now that's brought to the forefront. Like how'd y'all do that? For why? Why would y'all do? And y'all been following him when he was given the key. Like you've already been following him. So why would you give him the key to the city? What type of wow shit is that? Pretty deceptive, right or wrong. I'm just saying. That's the way that I'm perceiving it. Now, I also told y'all New York be going for the big wigs, right? So I was telling y'all like, yo, this shit don't remind me of New York like that. But I can't hold you. Like New York, they'll still go. Anything that got like a pyramid scheme or a hierarchy or something like that, law enforcement is on go. But in contrast to that, a lot of other crimes are going under the radar, or just not getting that type of attention. So we can see how crime is being fought now. If you got a big name or you got a big organization, it's like they're going for you. It's like they're taking the budget to go for that, because they can also at the same time extract more wealth from those people when they go in, whether they're drug dealers or they're at the level that this dude is at. You know, there's going to be some asset forfeiture. And I believe that's why they like turned their nose up at that $50 million bail offer, because they feel like they're going to get that anyway through asset forfeiture. So they don't care about that stuff. That's a possibility. But I also noticed this about law in general. Like the prosecution has to hand over to the defense something called a discovery packet. So discovery is ruled by the 12th house and ruled by Pisces. I wanted to put that out there too, you know. So we can analyze this from an astrological perspective and not just attack this as, you know what I mean, some type of witch hunt for dude. Like we don't have to do that, you know what I mean? But it also feels like lawyers, I've made a video about lawyers being economic hitmen. I don't know if y'all ever watched that video. If you get some time, you might want to look at it. I say lawyers are economic hitmen because it's like, yo, like just last week, again, I told y'all, I mentioned the whole bail reform thing, right? And how I thought that what they were saying is the bail is now reformed so that even the people with a large amount of money can't be freed for the mere fact that they have money. And I was like, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what I just heard, right? And then not even a week later, here we go. And you know he got it, but he can't get out. They are not letting him out. They don't care. They turned down 50 mil. Not that I even think that you could be able to offer. I don't think that's how the law is supposed to work, that you offer them how much you're going to pay them to get out, but whatever. You know what I mean? If you like it, I love it. But it's like Monopoly, B. My point is, it's like everything goes back in the box. Look at everything that this guy has accumulated over this time. And it's like all of that shit potentially can go right back in the box. It's like Monopoly, B. So it's not always about the accumulation of power, but it's about what you do with it. I want to look at the charges though, because something is just rubbing me wrong, and maybe I don't got all of the deets, right? Maybe there's more charges than sex trafficking and racketeering, but those are the only two charges in the indictment that I was able to find. I don't know about, somebody said it's 2, somebody said it's 3, somebody said it's 14. I don't know. But I want to discuss the ones that I've been privy to, you know what I mean? Beginning with this one, sex trafficking, and I want to read the definition because I think that's important. Because I just have to understand. I want to understand. Now, sex trafficking is human trafficking for the purpose of sexual exploitation. It has been called a form of modern slavery because of the way victims are forced into sexual acts non-consensually in a form of sexual slavery. Now, this is where it gets kind of blurry for me. And y'all let me know what y'all think if y'all feel like it. You know what I mean? But let's say a hypothetical. Let's say I put a baddie in a thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? I'm selling my music. I got a baddie in a thumbnail. I made some money off of the thumbnail, off of the song, right? You know what I mean? or broad sits on the couch right next to me, you know what I mean? Or, you know, she come bring me some pancakes and coffee, you know what I mean? A little left butt cheek gets caught up in the screen, you know what I mean? She got some boy shorts on, my views go up, the likes go up, advertising money goes up. Next thing you know, people want more products and services and they want to see me more because of that. Or they want to see her buns more. They want to see a little nip slip or something going on. Am I in trouble for that? Is my empire compromised because of the value I have been afforded from people participating in my operations of business? You know, I know I'm saying it in a way that is kind of comedic, but I'm serious. You know what I'm saying? And if you know me, you know I'm serious. I've done videos before saying how, like, yo, I hear what they saying with all this sex trafficking and stuff, but it sounds to me like eggshells. Like, you can't. And I'm not. I can't say I'm not a trick anyway. I don't know, how should I say this? I gotta be careful talking this shit. Put it this way, you know what I'm saying? I'm not head over heels about flying people out nowhere and doing all types of extravagant shit with them either, even when I got it to do it. But my point is this: if you with your girl and y'all are flying around the world, bars, some fucking nice, album coming soon. We already know that though. And I'm getting my freak off. I'm getting my freak on. You know what I'm saying? Is that not my personal lifestyle? Is that not something that I'm doing for my personal pleasure? And if I'm hiring people which are escorts and, you know, male strippers, women strippers, I don't fucking know, to come and do their job, is that not just business? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I missing something here? Something flying over my head? Because I want to make sure I fully understand this shit, you know? And when I look at it, I'm just like, damn, because I did hear them say, okay, he coerced or forced someone to like stay somewhere. I do, but isn't that like kidnapping, holding someone against their will? Even the assault part, like we've seen that. I think that's more about public image about them mentioning that. But there was no criminal charges pressed for that either. So it's just like, okay, you make that part of the package, but it's just like that part came and went. And I'm not being insensitive to anyone who feels they were a victim under this dude's rule, under this dude's iron fist. I'm saying I want to make sure that this shit makes sense, B. Because at what part is he trafficking women and forcing them to freak off with him? Like I don't understand that part. You know what I'm saying? And if that's my girl and she freaking off with me, then that's my girl. You know what I'm saying? Licious Booty says paying for sex is not legal. You know what? That isn't. You're right. Only in Vegas, right? What's done in Vegas stays in Vegas. But that's a touchy topic too as well, right? Because I've said this before in videos as well. Niggas pay for pussy all the time. Whether they know it or not, or whether they want to admit it or not. It might not be through direct transaction, but niggas is paying for pussy. And sometimes, or even a lot of the times, niggas is paying for pussy through direct transaction. Maybe that's another thing, another discussion for another time, but it is done. But you are correct about that. You know, an escort service is an escort service. Escort businesses are legal, but the act of sex is not legal. That is true. That is true. So I guess what's being alleged here is that when those escorts arrived on the scene, that individual was forcing them to have sex when that's not in the job description, of course, right? But are they saying that to protect their own asses because paying for sex isn't legal? So what are you escorts doing there with all this lube all over yourselves getting crazy? You know? So are they trying to protect their own asses by saying, oh yeah, they forced us to do this? Nigga, you know you was paid to come there and freak off with that motherfucking baby oil. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, and I see what the feds is doing. Like, they made sure they got those hammers, down in Florida, and they made sure they found, I guess they found some drugs or whatever the case may be. I think, don't quote me on that, because it's racketeering involved in here. So the guns is enough to hold them, at least to go and grab them and hold them, right? Because the serial numbers on it, they not legit. So that also plays into the, he's a dangerous dude. You can't let this dude out because he's fucking dangerous. And now come to find out he got 3 AR-15s illegally. You seen what he did to Homegirl. The whole world seen what he did to Homegirl. Bars some fucking nice, album dropping soon. We already know that though. But so I see what the feds is doing, and then it's like, oh yeah, no bail. Because what's ultimately going to happen? Somebody going to get the crack in the folder, because they said it's an ongoing investigation. They like, yo, let's just go snatch Homeboy now. We get these weapons. Somebody probably told about those weapons. Oh, easy on the lube. Like literally, Licious Booty. Easy on the lube, literally. But it's like, I might just really go invest in that stock too now, because that shit really might be jumping. If I go and I see that motherfucking stock for baby oil has jumped, Licious Booty, you wanted something. So look, where was I? I was saying how they went and they got those weapons. I think somebody ratted about those weapons because I think his mule got caught. If I'm not mistaken, his mule got caught first. So that's where they got the whole racketeering thing from. I think that's what they left out of that press conference. So it's probably, or it's alleged, I'm not saying that Homeboy snitched on him, but he might have told like, yo, there's some hammers in the lab too. Because they might have pressured them, yo, you gotta give us something. Just give us something, nigga. They went and they found them hammers. So now they got the hammers and the drugs. So this is all of the charges that I'm hearing. And I don't feel like he's a murderer. Several times probably. He just might be an inadvertent murderer. And I don't even know if that really makes sense. But to ignore warning signs from gangsters who are tied in and people who are intelligent to where they get the type of inside information that tells you, yo, don't go there because somebody's gonna die. And you like, man, fuck that, take that. You know what I mean? Like, can't stop, won't stop. And then motherfuckers start dying. It's like, damn, you're not an actual murderer, but damn, my nigga. But anyway, I may not have enough information on that to be discussing that either. You know what I mean? Stock is going up. I'm really gonna check that shit out. Watch. No bullshit. So they got the hammers. They caught the drugs before. So now that's how they able to hit them with this sex trafficking. But I still don't see, the sex trafficking thing is still bugging me out. And I'm saying that to me it must be a thing of those escorts are ratting him out, saying, yo, he forced us to have sex in there because he's a maniac or whatever the case may be. And it's just like they just covering their ass because of the sex factor. You know what I mean? Because I don't see him being no type of pimp or any of that. And it's just like, yo, when I look at it, I'm like, yo, damn, B, why didn't you just get on some pimp shit? And I don't mean literally pimping. I mean just like, yo, you already in videos and movies and all types of shit. You got these fine ass women all around you all of the time, B. Every video set, every major event, you got candy on your arm, like, and you a Scorpio. Just be a porn star, my nigga. Like, why not record videos and sell them? Add it as a component into your business so they can't pull that shit on you, B. But it's like the way he went about doing it, and so I'm seeing it, is that he's recording this stuff and using it as leverage. And that's where the whole coercion comes in. Your hammers are slang for guns, Chaley. Slang for guns. I think, matter of fact, shout out to Ghostface. Him and Meth just came out with a new song called, a new video too, for Two Hammers. I think that's the name of it. But yeah, they caught them AR, I believe AR-15s down in Florida. I was even wondering why Florida didn't go grab them. But like I told y'all, New York be on their shit. New York want the grab, you know what I'm saying? Especially that Southern District. So they went and got him. But he came to New York too. You just asking to get snatched by them But I think they was doing some talks behind the scenes anyway, like asking him if he was going to come up or whatever the case may be. What, you cannot see him as a pimp? I can't, only because there's like a, only because of the way, if he's a pimp, he's a gorilla pimp. And gorilla pimps are bad for business, evidently, but I can't really see him as a pimp because it's like, all right, look, if you a pimp, Rob, personally, if I had a broad like he had, Shorty Cassandra, if I had her, I'm putting the music out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because if I'm pimping, oh yeah, because she definitely got the look. And not for nothing, her first couple of songs, some shits was bangers, B. Like, she had it. Why you stop selling her music, B? I'd have went all the way with her shit. I'd have been like, eat the cake anime. With her? Are you wild? Like, what? Are you mad? Yeah. Like, I'd have pushed her. Like, she'd have been frontlining. He had a frontlining anyway, but it was just like only, that's when you get to start seeing the corners of his psyche. Because me, I'd have pushed that. If he was pimping, I don't know. I don't understand why she ain't got them records sold. And why he will hold on to it. To me, she a liability. And what ended up happening? She ended up being a liability. Am I wrong? Am I not spitting right now? Who he pimped? He might have pimped some of them dudes. Nah, he ain't pimped Cassie. He ain't pimped Cassie. He exploited her, if anything. He held on to her for the freak offs and all of that. I think he was real obsessive over her. I just think he just wanted her to himself. A pimp is going to exploit his merchandise, his product, his woman to the world. Because the more exploited, the more reach that they get, the more revenue that can be brought in. He got in the way of all of that. He stifled that. And she might not have had the greatest live show, but as far as records and look, she would have sold some records, B. She would have sold some records. I think she would have been a major star right now if she was unable to keep on going. But he got in the way of that shit quick and used it. He is definitely impulsive. I just made a video about the Mars chakra and how impulsivity interferes with the escalation or the elevation of rising your chakras, of raising the kundalini. And that's the type of behavior that I'm picking up from him. You know what I mean? Right. Look, ended up being a liability. How much she caught his pocket for? 30 mil? And a sunken costs. She ain't put out no music. You know, he pimped them. He pimped the dudes more than anything, if you ask me. At least them dudes sold records for him. Cassie was just sitting there eating up wealth the whole entire time, B. So, but yeah, okay, so to bring it back a little bit, yeah, he did pimp some people. But he could have done much more. He could have done much more. He could have done much more productivity. You understand what I'm saying? Because come on, when you're secure enough and you have the type of confidence, when you got the power that he has anyway, where is she going? Bro, where is she going? If you enabled her to let her live her life dream under one of the most powerful men in the showbiz, like, where is she really going? And you could have anybody you want. So I can't see a pimp. I can't see pimpish mentality, because it's like a real pimp gonna be like, yo, you chose somebody else, you can get your walking papers, bitch. Like, but who you gonna choose after me? Type shit. That's how I perceive it though. But I feel like, yo, she ended up being the biggest liability overall. And now even more, because she gave other people the heart and the hope that something can actually be done if or when they were victims of his iron fist. Diddy Mars is an Aquarius. Aquarius is a freak. Aquarius is like the fuck standing up and shit. But But yeah, that Aquarius energy can get freaky because it can get weird and quirky and all that. You know what I mean? And since it's Virgo season, let's also talk about how, because I don't know how true it is that he's a Virgo ascendant as well. I don't know how true that is. Yeah, I mean, from the rumors that I hear, I think one of her best friends came out and did an interview not too long ago talking about how he just stifled her career. He just stopped her career, period, and wouldn't allow her to go anywhere else to keep going. You know what I mean? And yeah, I think she would have did her fucking thug dizzle. Me personally, I'd have let her do a motherfucking thing. I'd have been pushing her, B, but you know, that's me. It's mind-boggling, man. It's mind-boggling. Racketeering, a type of organized crime in which the perpetrator set up a coercive, fraudulent, extortionary, or otherwise illegal coordinated scheme or operation to repeatedly or consistently collect a profit. Now, I don't think, well, see, but there are rumors saying that he was holding those tapes and those recordings or just other type of information or power over people, saying that they better do this for him or they better do that for him. Now, if you are generating a profit off of that and you're treating your coworkers like that, then I can see how that is looked at in that particular way. Where the coercion comes in and all of that, that's just wild work, B. That's wild work. Now, the recordings and stuff like that, I don't know, man, because when you're dealing with that much wealth and that much power, you know, wherever you are, there's going to be some type of surveillance for your own safety, you know. However, again, to hold that over someone's head, and I don't know how true that is. If you just calling motherfuckers up like, yeah, I know what you did last summer. Think I forgot? Tell a motherfucker the date and everything, then send them a clip of the video. Baby oil all over the motherfucking place. It's like, yeah, that's you, right, Playboy? Take that, take that. Oh, shit. Then you playing a whole different game, you know? And if you saying like, yo, wire that 30 million, wire that 100 million, or else, like, I don't know. If that's the type of shit that's going on, then damn, man. Like, that's wild work. That's wild work. And probably, I don't know. I just look at it as probably it was unnecessary, but a lot of the times you don't know until you're in someone's shoes. But I'm just making my assessment. It is the end of Virgo season, and that's how that's how I'm riding. Pause, that's crazy. But this is something that I'm concerned about, though. You seen how the Fed was like, when they asked that question about Epstein and all that, and like, yo, are you concerned with homeboy's safety? He kind of like brushed that shit off. That shit was eerie to me, the way he brushed that shit off. Like, that's not what we came here to do. We came to lock homeboy up. We're confident in our prosecution. We still got an ongoing case, so we're still building the case. We just want to make sure that he's detained. We're trying to look at the bail package and this, that, and the third. And that's our job. Of course, the criminal justice system is supposed to be responsible for the safety of the criminals and this, that, and the third. So we expect that to the fullest. But I don't know. He probably didn't say but it's just like, what you're telling me without telling me is, nigga, we just locking them up and we building the case and we getting the facts. What happens to him after that is out of our fucking hands. And it makes me think about the Epstein shit, because it's like, people wanted blood. People still want blood behind that Epstein shit. Like, yo, what's going on? And then they taking forever to leak the list. The list finally leaks. No one's getting apprehended, this, that, and the third. So it's just like, yo, what are you telling us that you're not telling us? You understand what I'm saying? And it makes it more eerie. It makes it more deceptive. It makes it more mysterious. All that Pisces energy. I could be such a skeptic. I'm like, yo, I don't even think Epstein is dead, B. Like, like I said, who's who? How we know they ain't just motherfucking wheel that motherfucker out, shuffle him out the back door somewhere or something, you know what I mean? Out a window into a paddy van, take him to China. You know what I mean? Who the fuck knows? But let's say that they looked at it like, yo, the secrets do gotta die with homeboy, with Epstein. How they gonna be looking at motherfucking at homeboy that they got now? No baby oil for the ashiness. Oh my goodness. What's the baby oil for lube? For the ashiness. Yo, y'all are so... Yo, I got a great crowd. I tell you that. Y'all are fucking bananas, yo. Bet J-Lo helped him. Oh my God. A Virgo ascendant explains the obsessive oil and lube now. Oh shit. I better get rid of my bottle then. I better get rid of the rest of this bottle, huh? She just came for the Virgo ascendants. Yo. Never heard of baby oil before for that. I wouldn't use baby oil for lube. I don't think I would either, come to think of it. Like, I don't know, but now it is kind of like in my mind. You'd be like, oh, well, maybe. I just don't think it, because it's like fragrance to some shit like that, right? Like, you don't want to, I don't know. How did I get there? Licious Booty, stop! I'm fucking with you. Do what you will. I despise our system. It's so fucking dirty. It disgusts me. That's the point that I'm making. I'm concerned about that part. He might be a nightmare of a person. And maybe I'm being too lenient of what I'm saying. I'm just perceiving and I'm giving my assessment. You know what I mean? I know how it is to be in prison. I know how it is to be in them courts. I know how it is to fight cases. There is this thing called due process. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, having him where he's at, and they let one of the biggest wigs slip out of their fingertips last time. This could be just as big, maybe not bigger. We can't act like homeboy wasn't dancing with politicians and a whole bunch. That motherfucker know a lot. He's connected with a lot of people, B. So who knows? Just like other boy had a list, who knows what's on those tapes? And those tapes are going to be more telling than some fucking flight log, B. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I don't know, man. I don't know, B. Like, that shit is concerning to me. I'll tell you what else is concerning. Hold on. I'll tell you what else is concerning. Because it's like I said, you can't just tell us anything anymore in this Aquarius age. You know what I mean? So let's check this shit out, y'all. I don't know if y'all seen this floating around, but I felt this was good to piggyback on. Same crime, same courtroom, same judge, same criminal history, 1,300% difference in sentencing. 1,300% difference in sentencing. And we can see what the differentiation here that we're talking about, right? That person in contrast to that person, same criminal stuff. This person gets 26 years in prison. This person gets 2 years in the county. Virgos are more like your underground. See what y'all talking about over there. Virgos are more like your underground freaks. They're even kind of like the chase me down freaks. Like they might want you to rip a bra off type shit. Touchy topic to be talking about as I'm talking about this, but I'm just keeping it a beam from what I know. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, what I know. But it's a few levels to that Virgo energy. But they can be very prissy and very, I wouldn't dare, you know. I wouldn't, me? Oh, no way. Tea and crumpets, bitch. Then the next thing you know, Guac 3000 is out of this world. But anyway, this is concerning to me. Like, is this something that's going to happen right now? Is this something that happened to the singing dude who got caught up? You know what I mean? Like, Economic hitman, it looks like to me, man. Meanwhile, right, moments later, people are running amok in the major cities. Like, they catching bodies and all kind of shit. And motherfuckers is going from that border to this border to that border. I'm not saying it's all of them. There's all kinds of tragedies out that motherfucker. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not even going to do that like devil's advocate thing. Is no need. I understand the law. I understand business and all of that. You know, they going for the bag. They're going for the big bag and the grab. You know, that asset forfeiture can help a lot of government institutions and finance a lot of government finance institutions for people who actually need the stuff. So yeah, Virgos SSA eaters too. What's SSA? Oh, yo, I'm slow. Okay, so that must be the new cyber slang. Okay, I got that. I believe I know what you're talking about. Jeez. Is that right? God damn. Well, yeah, I'm concerned with that. On that note too, right? While I'm on that note, where's this thing at? Let me see where I put that at. On that note, because that's concerning to me, right? Yeah, okay, the feds did a good job locking him up, apprehending him. But what is the judge going to do? You know, how is the judgment being handled when it comes to these types of cases? Are you just going to tell us anything? Now, this man here is in prison in Missouri, I believe, and is potentially going to be executed for a crime that he did not commit. And DNA, I bring this up because new technology has now afforded this CSI type stuff that can, you know, what's happening is it's liberating a lot of people that were locked up for things that they did not do. And this man happens to be one of those people, Marcellus Williams. Below is the number for the governor's office that you can call to stop this man from being executed. We have up to September 24th. The number is 417-373-3400. Again, that is 417-373-3400. I even called my motherfucking self. I left a message, a cordial one, with my zip code and just said, yo, I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that man is legitimately free. I mean, you know, not guilty. Don't do that to that man. Like, what the fuck y'all got going on, B? Like, don't do that. Let him come home and pay him, because what the fuck, you know? But if it takes this, I'm spreading the word. I'm doing my part. You know what I mean? Because again, I am still concerned about that. Pisces does rule over prisons. So I'm just like, yo, it ain't the end. Sorta, kinda, it's like kinda, sorta, when you go to jail, that's the bottom of the bottom, B. However, you can come back from that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, take my time out to do that. I think I got one more, and then I'm gonna take us up out of here. Let me see. Where is that at? Where's that at? I think I saved this for last. Yeah, right here. This ties into
Disney's
more.
lawyers are arguing that if you've ever signed up for a trial of their streaming service, Disney Plus, they should legally be allowed to kill you and you can't take them to court for it. That isn't hyperbole. It's the facts of a new case that you need to pay attention to if you're someone who's ever clicked agree on some terms of service without actually reading them. Jeffrey Piccolo and his wife, Dr. Kanakporn Tangswan, went out for dinner last October to this restaurant, Raglan Road Irish Pub. It's a Disney World restaurant located in a shopping and dining complex called Disney Springs. The couple chose the restaurant specifically because it was supposed to be quite accommodating to patrons with food allergies, which Tang Swan had. The complaint filed states that the family brought up the issue of food allergies at the start of the meal, inquiring about the safety of specific menu items, had the server confirm with the chef that they could be made allergen-free, and asked for confirmation several more times after that. Even when the food arrived, some of the items did not have allergen-free flags in them, and the family once again had the waiter verify that it was safe to eat and allergen-free, which they did. The family finished their meal and left the restaurant. After 45 minutes, Tang Swan began feeling the oncoming effects of a severe allergic reaction. She administered her EpiPen, but it was not enough. She was taken to the hospital where she died shortly thereafter due to anaphylaxis caused by, according to the medical examiner, elevated levels of dairy and nut in her systems. Her surviving spouse, Piccolo, filed suit in February of this year against Raglan Road Irish Pub and Walt Disney Parks and Resorts US Incorporated. He's seeking $50,000 in damages and a trial by jury. Disney, however, says that the case should not go to court according to a motion filed in May of this year, arguing that the family waived their right to a jury trial when Piccolo signed up for a monthly trial of their streaming service Disney Plus in 2019, a trial he canceled before the month was out. According to the terms of service for the streaming service, any dispute between you and us except for small claims is subject to a class action waiver and must be resolved by individual binding arbitration. This is the kind of overbroad language we all scroll through in half a second on our way to clicking agree. Disney says Piccolo agreed to similar language again when purchasing park tickets online in September 2023. Whether he actually read the fine print at any point, Disney says, is immaterial. Piccolo's lawyers are, of course, saying this is ridiculous and that no reasonable person would assume that a streaming service agreement would be remotely applicable to a wrongful death case years later due to injuries sustained at a restaurant caused by lax health practices. Disney, however, is arguing that they have some kind of lifelong get out of lawsuits free card should any of their 150 million or so subscribers meet an untimely end at any business even tangentially related to Disney. For context on how far-reaching Disney's claim here is, here's an incomplete list of every business Disney owns. I mean, yes, you're probably aware that they own ABC and Marvel and Pixar and Lucasfilm, the folks that make Star Wars. You might know they also have large stakes in ESPN, the History Channel, also own companies like Steamboat Ventures that invests in startups like GoPro. Most germane to this story is the sheer volume of property companies that are owned by Disney. Why should this concern you? Because if you think that Disney is the only company that cares about this case, you are mistaken. This case might have started as a tragic wrongful death case about one woman and one restaurant, but with Disney's counter-argument, it now has far-reaching implications for other massive corporations that are the kind of company that owns companies that own companies. For example, take a look at this chart. If you've ever bought any type of packaged food product, chances are it's owned by one of only 10 companies. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Kellogg's, Nestle, Mars. These are the kinds of brands that have all sorts of contests and apps and collaborations with entertainment brands that require you opting in to some type of terms of service, some type of legal agreement with them. Like, did you know that if you've ever taken your dog or cat to a Banfield Pet Hospital, you know those little vet clinics that you can find in a lot of PetSmarts, then you've also probably signed a bunch of paperwork absolving the Mars Corporation of harm because the M&M's company owns the vet hospital chain. They also probably make your pet's food. If you don't think these types of companies are going to be watching this case for tips on how they could get away with literally causing your death because you downloaded an app or entered a contest or stayed at some property that one of their numerous subsidiaries owns, you are fooling yourself. And if you think this is the only kind of case that's going to come out like this, you're also fooling yourself. As for this case in particular, all parties are expected in court on October 4th of this year. You should be watching this case for developments, because those other companies will be. Hope this helps.
Okay, so that's why I think that was the perfect vid to take us out, because you know, we was talking about, well, kind of leaning into dictatorships, right? U.S. companies being so heavily in control that, you know, they have the ability to price gouge and get away with it, and then try to attempt to mask it and say, oh, we're going to slap tariffs on foreign goods. We're eating your goods. We're not eating foreign goods. We're eating your goods. So this video, you seen that web, right? As a matter of fact, shit. Here it goes right here, because I went and found that shit. I went and found that picture that he had in the video, B. You trying to tell me these 10 companies own all the companies in the United States? Now, I've done some research before in psychology that states when a consumer is given too many options to choose from, they get anxiety and panic attacks because they are overwhelmed with the amount of choices that they have to choose from. But it's a more pleasant and harmonious experience when they have 3 to 4 to 5 choices to choose from. And I know the latter sounds like communism in contrast to this being a form of capitalism, right? But does this look like capitalism, or does this look like an oligarchy? This looks like a dictatorship via corporations. So it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it look like a monopolistic competition. That's what I'm trying to say. We're gonna make it look like that, which the economy should be, not a monopoly, but a monopolistic competition where it's supposed to be free trade. But this right here does not look like that to me. I'm just keeping it a bean. So, this company right here, I have found that they put something relative to paint thinner in it. What the fuck? For why? For why are you putting paint thinner in cereals that you sell to children? I could go on for days about these companies in here, but it's just like, yo, who the fuck do you think we are? In all seriousness. You understand what I'm saying? This is the proof. So it's just like, politician or not, you could be smoothest motherfucker in Candyland. Like, you are just not pulling no more wool over our eyes because we know this type of shit now. There's nothing you can tell me. There's not even an excuse for this. This is something that has intention. This octopus was intentionally designed and implemented. Compete how? Compete against what? These motherfuckers. That is the competition. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm going to be, look, and I told you I'm not a politician advocate or whatever the case. I'm just starting to get more interested in it because I guess it's just that time for me. But if I had to make a choice based upon that picture that I put up earlier, and again, it's mysterious because there's a level of uncertainty that's attached to, well, what if homegirl get in and she don't follow through on that? Right? Then it'd be like, God damn it, because they do that sometimes. We know this. Man, listen. Let me get in the comment section with y'all before we head out. Kim Porter was a baddie. Yes, she was. That's a fact. Oh, Kim K you was talking about. I see. Really? Yeah, she's just had this strong desire to help brothers now. And I'm not, it's not right or wrong, whatever floats her boat or her butt. I'm kidding. Yes, I also have my North Node there. Okay. So it's pulling you in that direction anyway to multitask. Because Gemini, come to find out as I'm doing my research about my Gemini Midhaven, is either gossipy or wants to be in the know about current information. So it could be both, either or, a balance, a mix between the two. That curious, because Gemini rules over curiosity. So it's just like, I started realizing how being up on the current events enhanced my career as a communicator, communicating to y'all. Even doing my astrology vids, I'll be able to insert certain information here and there based upon the current planetary transits, which really helps with studying astrology. So yeah, I started turning the TV back on, and I'm a film buff regardless. I'm gonna always watch me some movies, but I'll watch television now. I'm not going as far as the reality shows though. I'm not watching reality shows, and I'm not watching hood movies. Like I have a hood series. Like I haven't seen an episode of Power. No disrespect to Homeboy and all that. He do his thing, and I'm happy for him. But I come from that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I had enough of that shit. B. Give me that sci-fi shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that. Give me that sci-fi, that psych, that horror, that thriller shit. You know what I mean? What else y'all got going on over here? It's the only air in my chart with Huno. Okay. Pimp equals control. Hard to leave, hard to stay. Pimps and prostitutes. There is a psychological, physical, and mental control. I must agree. Even like a religious aspect inserted in there when it comes to pimping and hoeing. You know what I mean? It is a relationship. It is a push and pull, a give and take. It is something that can really get you attached and learn a lot about relationships in general. You know what I mean? It's the oldest profession in the book, before the book. But yeah, I think what Homeboy experienced more of, I think he even began that way, and could have even potentially, like I said, had the potential to possess those traits and be productive with it. And I probably should talk more about this during the Libra season, because it might sound like I'm trying to be offensive to women when I say this type of shit. However, you'd be amazed. Like I say, there's a religious aspect. Like women, there are women who actually look to be led by men, like by biological nature and stuff like that. So, or cultural nature and things of that nature. Like the Bible will tell you a woman is there to serve. And I know it's a touchy topic, right? Trigger warning, but I'm just saying, even in my travels and my experiences, I've come to find that. You can hear it in some of my videos when I be like, yo, y'all don't be letting these bitches do their thing, man. They be wanting to do their thing for you, and y'all be like, no, I got it. You got everything, huh, motherfucker? What the fuck she there for? Send her over here, god damn it. But anyway, I got a little passion. I got a little impulsive myself right there, right? But you got a point there, Pierre. That's my point. I used that yesterday when my power got shut off. Used it to my advantage, though. I went past my power company and found the top and called the numbers I could find there until I got the help. This is crazy. Very, very dictatorship. Exactly. It's very. That's what they say now, right? It's giving very dictatorship over here. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious? It's right in front of our faces too. Pause, because that's crazy. This is so true, and yes, so scary. It's always been this way, though, as far as the elite. I would imagine so. But I'll tell you like this. We might want to look more deeper into that, Shaylee, because if we're looking at Pisces age, where we let Aries energy run amok, then we can say, yeah, the past 2,500 years, damn near, it has always been like that. Because when warlords are allowed, y'all seen that picture I put up in the very beginning, right? When you are not indifferent, if good men are not indifferent with public matters, then they allow evil men to take over. If you let Aries energy run amok and get all territorial and claim shit and brutally savage and murder and rape and pillage, if you allow that shit to happen, yes, it is going to be that way. And there are going to be emperors that grow out of that, which will in turn be called the elites. And there will be educators, highly educated and intelligent people in those circles, in those castles as well, that give counsel to those warlords. That's what the Piscean age was covertly doing as well with the cross. You know what I mean? The religious leaders and all of them behind the scenes advising. Yes, that was a deceptive tactic too. Is church versus state. But the state will go get advisory from the church. That's how that whole confession booth came about. This is what I've done. I've murdered 320 people. What should I do now? You hear what I'm saying? God works with everyone, son. What? If you don't kill that motherfucker too, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying hypothetically. You know what I'm saying? What the holy fuck? You know what I'm saying? Where's the pharmaceutical stores? Shit. Oh, it's not on the photo? I didn't even look through it fully, but shit. We don't even want to get into that one, huh? They might be they might be financially backing these companies, perhaps, or have stock in them. There may be traces that we could find of that. But not only that, think about this as well. You see these frontline companies right here? Think about how commercial they are. I don't know if y'all ever drunk a real root beer before. Fucking tastes fantastic. But I said a real root beer. So there's a difference. And when I heard this shit, it fucked me up too. Because I'm just like, okay, so what's that other shit? It's called a commercial root beer. Oh, so you put all of that sugar, high fructose syrup, carbonated water, all of that shit in a can, and you call it root beer. But it's not root beer. Is that not false advertising? Is that not murder by design, first of all? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just fucking wild work, B. So my point is, when you think about the chemicals and the types of ingredients that some of us can't even pronounce or spell, it sounds pharmaceutical to me. Because I could have sworn, looking at them orange bottles, there's a bunch of words on them that I can't pronounce either. 23-letter words that I can't pronounce either. So maybe, just maybe, y'all seen the video about the chicken sandwich from Popeyes? That the Islamic brother put out? Yeah, it's supposed to be some chemicals found in there too, a long list of them. Chemical, but again, that's Pisces shit too. We gotta take that L, y'all. Pharmakeia and all that, that's Pisces energy. Drugs, that's Pisces world. But who's to say it's not pumped inside of these candy bars and shit like that? Why the fuck these shits taste so good? Like, what the fuck is really going on? Like, how y'all do that? You know what I'm saying? Why that shit be so good, yo? I wonder what my Scorpio midhaven does for me. You can really, I'll tell you one thing. Your Scorpio midhaven is one of the factors why you're here with me right now, with this virtual conferencing going on right now. I know some real strong Scorpio midhavens that are very well versed in occult knowledge, intense people, you know, stand behind what it is that they learn and have a, you know, have a deep vibe when it comes to this type of information and stuff like that. I can take it there. You know what I mean? Without adding all of the sexual tones to it and all of that. I will say that I know personally, and I've done charts and readings for people with Scorpio midhaven that have that capability. Okay, yes, that makes sense so much. Actually, I despise gossip, but I do like learning info. That's going on. Yes, right. So it could be either or, one or the other. I do know some very serious Geminis as well that you know, they don't care for they actually despise the fuckery. They actually speak out against it. So you can even see that in certain celebs that are Geminis that do that. But the flip side of that is Gemini energy can also talk about the other side. So it's just like, yo, pick a side, motherfucker. Like, Gemini energy is the perfect devil's advocate because it will potentially argue both sides. So then it makes the energy appear gossipy. Like, yo, what are you trying to do? You stirring a pot right now. Like, yo, I could have sworn you know what I mean? That type shit. Even myself, like when I present these discussions, y'all see how I can teeter-totter and be like, and you might be questioning me like, nigga, whose side are you on? Do you know we can see you? Double-minded Gemini shit. Doesn't seem offensive to me. It's true. Yeah, I be trying to tell that too to people, especially on my public videos that I'm not doing a reading for, like paid readings and stuff like that. I be just trying to, sometimes I just be like, yo, it's not personal. You know what I'm saying? When I say some shit about a particular sign. And I'm not all of the time saying that it applies to the sun sign either. You know, sometimes my delivery be so fast because I'm trying to get the message out that sometimes it comes out sounding like that. But it's just like, if you follow astrology enough and if you study it, you know, I'm not just talking about the signs. It could be a cloudy forecast wherever your sun is. You know what I'm saying? And then you behave more like a Virgo, but you're a Gemini. Or you behave more like a Sagittarius, but you're a Gemini. You know what I mean? And it's just like, don't take it too personal. But when I talk about this symbology in general, yeah, it can go either way. And it's up to the person to decide and determine which way they gonna go about it, what they gonna speak about. Bystanders can quite often be worse than the perpetrators. Right. Because it's like, what's that, how that saying goes? Being quiet is, y'all know what that saying that I'm trying to say, but you're right. You said it. You know what I mean? I'm just looking for the slick way that they be saying it. But you know, being silent is like complacent, compliant or something like that. Bars. That's ill. If nobody did say that, I should take that and put that in the song because that's bars. Sloan Bella. That's a psychic, right? That's why I said I've seen spiritualists doing readings on this stuff too. So I don't feel bad, and I wasn't trying to drag him and all of that crazy wild shit. Even though the accusations are just fucking bananas. I think enough people are doing a job of that. But Sloan Bella did a medium reading with Kim Porter 10 months ago. Did she? She predicted Diddy's downfall. Kim Porter's book from Hidden Memoirs came out a month ago. Let's see. Oh, so it's out already. Because I know I heard rumors of it from a gossip column. A gossip channel, as a matter of fact. I forget the name. I don't watch gossip that much, but I did come across that. So you saying the book came out already last month. And Sloan Bella, I am interested in that Sloan Bella reading. I am. Scorpio in the 10th, interesting. That's one I have not studied yet. Sloan Bella says Drake will go down in the Diddy takedown. What? Oh, shit. You probably have co-workers getting at you all the time. Work situations. I'm sure that can be a very powerful placement if maneuvered correctly. I never had a problem with attention. The only sign I have ever had issues with are Geminis. I always see both sides of the coins, though, definitely. That was agreeing with you on the female archetype and serving. Yeah, and you know what? I think that's a great comment to end this on too, Chaley, is that, I'm going to be speaking about that Libra season. On how, because the Virgo is the only human woman sign of symbology in the zodiac. And it's placed in the 6th house. The 6th house is rules over service. 12th house too, but 12th house is more spiritual service. 6th house is more tangible, touchy, feely service, up in your face. Give me that money, I give you the good. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think it's smart of us to ignore our nature, especially if we come to an understanding that this is our nature, that astrology, the zodiac, is essential, has its facts, is real. But if y'all know me, y'all know I'm not ashamed to talk about that stuff, despite what any type of backlash I could get or do get sometimes. I'm just keeping it a bean, you know what I mean? Bars. And fucking nice, we know that already. But yeah, so just be prepared for Libra season coming through. Pause. So the next episode is actually going to be revolving around relationships. We're probably going to have 4 episodes back to back that revolves around relationships, relationship building, the whole pimping, prostitute, you name it. I'm taking it there. We're going to have a fucking ball. Pause. That's crazy. But yo, thanks for dropping by, everybody, once again. You know what I mean? I had a grand time with y'all. Again, if you want to be on the inside beforehand, you want to know exactly what the next episode is going to be about before Thursday, the pre-recording. I do have a newsletter going out every Wednesday. Y'all can go to my homepage to find that. Submit your email. I don't need to know where you live and all that, even though I do be knowing where some of y'all live and shit, and I think that's fucking fantastic too. But I don't need to know the exact apartment door and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless y'all making some food and we gonna get the big backing of some shit like that, then maybe. But other than that, let me just keep it a beam with y'all. I really appreciate that y'all came through and that y'all be coming through. You know what I'm saying? Pause, because that's crazy. But okay. All right. Good night, Licious Booty. Shower and sleep. I feel you. Likewise. Really top live. Thanks for sure. For sure. That's a fact, Pierre. It's not always a negative thing. It's not always a negative thing, Chaley. Thank you. I feel like somebody is supporting me now from my stance. Alchemy Moon, stop playing. What's good with you? You heard? It's a little late, but that's all right. It's good to have you here. It's good to see you. So good meeting you all. Thank you so much. And yeah, even y'all be kicking it with each other and all that. All of this shit is great. You know what I'm saying? Mental sparring, spiritual sparring. Even if it gets a little spicy sometimes. I seen y'all getting a little spicy in there sometimes, but y'all figured it out. Y'all worked it out. That's what this shit is about. Play nice. I ain't even have to say play nice, but I will do some shit like that eventually. You know what I'm saying? I see it get a little out of hand. You know, play nice. Play nice. We go all have a ball here. We go all learn from each other. That's what this shit is all about too. You know what I mean? Community, vibe, tribe, all of the above. You know what I mean? All that great stuff. And yeah, so I'll see y'all next time again. You know what I mean? Just be prepared for this Libra season. We're gonna be going in, so we're gonna be covering all of that shit anyway. So all right, until next time, I'm out.